Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to the Geekly Weekly show. Slightly changed this week in that I've taken over the hosting from Greyman. I'm going to be a bit more strict than Greyman, so we're going to restrict ourselves to an hour and a half, and we are going to try and talk a bit more about comics than we have historically. And everybody's going to get a chance to show off their comics that they want to show this week. And we will hopefully get some guests as well, as we did previously. We do have a guest next week. Bill, would you like to talk about next week's guest?
Yes, Derek Iverson will be on next week. And Derek is one of the head writers from SpongeBob SquarePants. He also has a comedy news site called Fake Ass News, which is getting a lot of notice, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it. And he's a really great guy. I think you guys will enjoy him. And he's someone that should be a lot of fun to interview.
Great. Okay, well, I look forward to that. Matt wants to know if we voted for, I'll show that. Has everybody voted for Gray's beard?
We have. I have.
What?
I'm obligated to now.
Yeah, so I voted for him. So, Bill, you need to vote for Gray.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, the Comic Community Awards, Gray has reached the final 4 or 5, is it? I don't know which. Yeah. He's reached the last sort of 4 or 5 for, I think it's for appearance or something. So, is nominated because they wear a hat. Somebody else is nominated because they've got cool hair, and Greyman's been nominated for his beard.
I honestly think he's also nominated because he looks so much like a doppelganger for Alan Moore. But I really think a lot of people think he is Alan Moore. So I expect he will take this contest, but I will vote for him. Absolutely.
No, you won't. Because you won't know where to find it.
No, you guys are going to send me a freaking link. Thanks, Terry. God, Terry always has to say that one thing. He's a great guy, but he says that one thing.
Hey, Bill, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh. Yes, Kyle.
If you have an orgy of twins, is that considered a doppelgangbang?
Yes, it is, Kyle, and that's about all I'm going to say about that. But yes,
okay.
Kyle for once is right. It is a doppelgangbanger. Yes, 100. You have to say banger though. It has to, because it has to sound like doppelganger. So it's a doppelbanger.
Doppelgangbanger.
No, doppelbanger. That's the official term. I looked it up right now. Not, but guys, glad to be here. Glad to be a part of this melee. I wish I was around some comics right now.
Yeah, you're only in a comic shop, mate.
Yes. Oh, is that where I am? Oh, thank God you told me. But here's a cheers to all those drinking out there, guys. Raise your glass. Let's and Terry. Okay. Here's to comics.
Okay, right.
Let's go.
Terry, have you got anything you want to show us this week? Have you got any new comics or anything of interest that you're sat next to that you'd like to show us?
Hold on a second. I got this the other day. Mainly, I'm still trying to get to the Brave and the Bold. I haven't got as far down the Brave and the Bold as you had, Mark.
No.
But this one I picked up.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, and I picked that one up for 20 quid. Which,
that's a good buy.
Considering the condition of some others that want 50s and 60s and £100 for them, I thought it wasn't bad at all.
Right, how do I get it so it shows you,
I have
Terry?
no idea.
There you are. Oh.
I'm still over there.
Yeah, there you are. Oh, you found out. Oh, that's great.
As I say, I picked it up. I mean, it's got some problems with it, but I mean, it's still a decent copy, and a
Beautiful book.
Yeah. And I just received this in the post on Triple G Comics thing on Fridays, or every other Friday, he has a thing called Rusty Staples, and they have a book of the week to read. And mine has just arrived. And the mini-series, there's 4 mini-series in this thing, and it was cheaper to buy the omnibus with the 4 in than it was to buy the single mini-series that they're reading. Called Beast of Burden. It's supposed to be excellent. So I'm looking forward to releasing it.
Is it like animal? Is it one of these Animal Farm type things?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but as I say, but I didn't think it was bad, and all it cost was £20.
That's pretty good.
I mean, and they was asking like over £30 for the 4-issue miniseries. So and I've got.
So you got the whole damn thing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you read any of it yet?
No, it's actually, I just went outside and it was in the door. I never even heard him come. So it's only just arrived. And that's, I mean, all the main things to show. I mean, I've got a box here of books that I'm planning on putting on eBay. And I don't know whether anybody would be interested in the covers. I mean, it's a full box. So you might be interested in a few of them.
Well, we might come back to you, Terry.
Yeah, come back to me with those, and so you can see how interested you could be.
I have a couple books to show off. If you,
Bill, your turn. Off you go.
Okay. So, are you gonna make me full bleed?
If I can.
Why would he need to, Bill? You make a fool of yourself every week.
I said full bleed, not full. Okay, so this is a wonderful cover by Jack Davis, who I've apparently become an expert on. I don't ever feel like I'm the expert everyone thinks I am about things, but what do I know? I'm just a Texan. But this, and I'm not a big fan of the Civil War, mind you, but in the 50s, the Civil War had like a second breath, because it was at that point, the 50s and 60s was the centennial of the melee that happened, and Jack Davis was a huge historian on the Civil War. So typically, his artwork on the Civil War is always pretty spot on, more so than probably any other artist.
Okay, so does that mean all the uniforms and weaponry is accurate?
Is very accurate. Yes. Even though his illustrations, let me see if I can. Oh, okay, right there's my sweet spot. So yes, and yes, and so although his stuff is often branded as humorous, this is far from humorous. And he also did, which my friend Sean Houston now has. He did a bunch of Civil War portraits of the major generals on both sides, and Sean collects those, and he has them, and they're very large, and he has them framed. And but so this is one. This is 35. So this is right before the title went postcode. So this is one of the later pre-code issues, and of course, Two-Fisted Tales is well known for their Harvey Kurtzman covers, but they did have quite a few by Jack. And you got to admit, that guy, okay, I'm trying to get away from, okay, no, I can't get away from it all. But that guy, he was amazing. And okay, so before that,
Bill, before you leave that one, that's an EC comic, yes?
Yes, it is.
So it's a 10-center. So when's it? 1950 sometime?
This is probably 55. I'll look it up. But yeah.
Late
and
54,
now,
early 55.
Yeah. And now this is before they were entertaining comics. EC was educational comics.
Educational.
And this, if you can see it, God, why am I not able to get away from that? Okay, so
take it out of the plastic, Bill.
That's your phone, Bill. That's the reflection of your phone coming up.
Take it out of the plastic.
Okay, I'll take it out. Thank you, Kyle. As usual.
That's better.
Yeah.
So it's when they were still educational comics.
Uh-huh.
And look at that great cover.
Is that Davy Crockett?
No, that is. I think that's pre-Crockett.
Pre-Crockett.
Might be Daniel Boone.
Oh, okay.
But you see, you have different historical figures in the circles,
Yeah.
but it's great. And since Terry made me take it out of its shell, let's and also this is something kind of interesting. Uh, that is silver,
Yeah, that's 1947.
which you don't see a lot of silver on covers.
No.
No,
So
that's
it's very
unusual.
interesting. Yeah. So let's look through this baby. So it was already, so they had all these historians and educators that
Oh yeah, they're all doctors.
correct. And this Max Gaines was still alive at this point. So it's before Bill took over. But the artwork is absolutely amazing. The Constitution. So this shows everything about how the Constitution was formed. I mean, to be honest with you, these comics really spurred a lot of people to learn about their history and to know more than people even care about now. And the American Bill of Rights, emphasis on Bill, of course, because me. But these comics were really a lot of future politicians' first foray into the political machine that is the Constitution. And I won't go through the whole book, but it's gorgeous. And I got these last year, right around now, when I was a presenter at Comic Fest, and that's where I did. I think you guys might remember. That's where I did the panel that's become kind of famous because of a lot of things, but it's become the panel that focused on Rod Serling and what he kind of thieved from comics and what comics thieved from him. And so let's, if you can make me big for just one more second, I would be remiss not to cover some of our. We haven't changed too much lately, but I never get a chance to really show off our great books. Now we have this Popeye book
Oh, that's
from
nice.
it's very nice, and then we have, of
What?
course,
When's that date from, Bill? When does the Popeye date from? 52?
the
Was
Popeye
it?
dates from 1937.
Oh my goodness!
So just 8 years after his creation.
And what's that character called? I can never remember that character's name. That's looking over Sweet Pea.
Oh, that's Alice the Goon.
Alice the Goon. That's it.
Yes, and
What
Sweet
is
Pea, of
that?
course.
Feature Comics 9 or 10?
It's 712 is its number inside. I don't know.
I think it's Feature Comics 9. Yeah,
Okay.
Alan Paulette got my Feature Comics number 2, which is his first appearance in comics.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
And then
Yeah,
my 19,
and so-
he got my 1936 large one too.
And so there's Bill Foster's Black Goliath. There's who did
Captain
that?
Action.
Is that a Nick Carty cover? Kyle?
Is it?
I thought Adams did the Captain Action cover.
Yeah, I thought that was Adams.
Okay, I can tell you in 1 second. That is not Adams.
Yeah.
It is no, it's not Adams. It's could be Murphy Anderson, but we'll have to look that up. This is number 1. And then we also have, this is real easy to see. That's Gil Kane.
Yeah.
And he even signed it.
Yeah.
But Gil took over after, and I believe Steve Ditko may have worked on that book as well, right, Kyle? At some point, if I'm
I
not
don't know.
mistaken. Okay, I think so.
That's in his timeline when he was working there.
Now
doing
this
Street
book
Fighter
has gone
Fest.
up by. This book is actually. We need to change the price on this. this book has gone up huge in the last year because of the TV series, of course. And
How much are you charging for that now, Bill?
only 25. So we will probably have to go back and maybe boost it a little bit. But
Well,
if you
and
if
there's
you
a
get
big episode tonight, and then the next 3 episodes they kept a lid on because apparently like Superman or Supergirl's in them.
well, you know who else is going to be in it again?
Guy
Yeah.
Gardner.
Nathan Fillion, yes.
Yeah.
And Nathan Fillion, I have to say, and I probably said on the show again before. Oh, wait, let me get into these real quick before.
Darren's backstage. If you didn't see that,
Oh, I haven't seen it. I've been too busy looking at Big Bill.
Bill,
Okay.
what's that? Matt saying it was Irv Novick, Carmen Infantino, and Irv Novick with that cover.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, it's Carmen Infantino. Okay, I should have known.
No.
Now
On
these
the
are.
database, it just says Irv Novick, but I trust Matt.
So do you know why? Do you know why these are important, Mark?
Why are they important, Bill?
They're the early Lone Rangers before they did nothing but painted covers.
Oh, right. Okay.
And these are wonderfully graphic. Let me see. Do I have here? Let me show you the difference so you can see. So this is one of my favorite covers of all time of Lone Ranger. I love that cover. And then this is what a painted cover looks like.
so was the Lone Ranger Clayton Bigsby or Clayton Moore?
Clayton Moore.
Oh,
The
Did you get the
Captain
Clayton
Action
Bigsby
one
joke?
with Carmen Infantino and Irv Novick.
Yeah.
Yes.
you know who Clayton Bigsby is, don't you, Bill?
No, I have no freaking idea. I know
The
you're
Dave
joking.
Chappelle show.
Oh yes, the blind KKK
Yeah,
member that gets shot
yeah.
by the white members. Yes, we know, Kyle.
Ah,
And
Collecto 6 is around.
Yeah, Steve's answering questions for us.
Yes, he will be able to answer questions on Golden Age.
Most definitely.
Now this comic is so important for so many reasons, and I will finish this off because we'll shoot to Darren. It's a nice Reed Crandall cover. This, Kyle, you'll love this. The Iwo Jima cover.
Yeah.
Warfront, which was a Harvey title.
They reversed
And
the
so-
image on that Iwo
And
Jima
of course,
cover too.
the porn star porn star war of the 1940s, Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah. Hey, Bill,
And yes,
go back to that Iwo Jima cover.
okay.
Do you know
Mark,
what would
have you
happen
seen-
if the photographer were on that side of him?
What's
right.
that?
Do you know what would happen if the photographer were on that side of him?
He would have gotten shot.
No, he would have been floating in the air. They were on
Darren,
the side of Mount
could you
Suribachi. They
send
were on
me
the
a
side
link
of
to the show
I gotcha. The
Collecto
point of view
6.
is skewed. I gotcha. And then one more. I'll show one more.
It's Stephen Gentner.
The first Banshee,
You'll find him on Instagram.
I
first
want
Kane,
that.
and first Dr. Dim and Avengers. And then
I
this is a
want that
beautiful
first
one.
Banshee.
And it's beautiful, isn't it?
I want that surfer too, but I want that first Banshee pretty bad.
And then, of course, we love the demon here at. And wait, so let me go one more. Let me find a good one. Now that one is very, very important these days. I don't know why, but I really like it.
That's the
And
first of the crossover books.
It was the first of the Silver Age. Them in the Silver Age, isn't it? All three of them: the Green Lantern, Solomon Grundy, and Dr. Fate.
so I'm now done. I will take a break.
Hey,
And,
that America's Best comic you just showed right there with the terror on it.
yeah.
That's obviously not the issue I'm going to be speaking of, but that issue of it was the first Golden Age comic graded a 9.8. They warehouse found one of them that was a 9.8.
Amazing. And look, Captain Midnight's here too. And then, of course, everybody's favorite dick.
Guys, I've just put the link to the show in the chat. So if you want to join Matt or Tempus or Collecto, just press the link.
But not Johnny. No, I'm kidding. But that was a joke. That was a joke.
I don't think he's watched us for about 18 months.
I know, because of me probably, but me and my stupid views.
You're very divisive, mate.
Yeah, well, and now I do want to. We got this ventricular thing, and it's weird. I don't know how much you can see by me doing this, but it crosses over into DC, Marvel, and a little bit of everything else. It's very strange. Okay, now I'm done. Hi, Darren.
Hey, Mark, do you have a format for just
Cheers,
the 6
Darren.
on a freebie or the 10?
Darren, can you hear me? Okay, you're slow. Oh, I gotcha. What's Darren drinking?
Okay.
What is that?
Milk, by the looks of it.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Hi, guys.
Now,
Greetings.
Now who's this new guy who looks kind of like Stubby from Who Killed Roger Rabbit? I can't think of his last name. What's his last name, Kyle?
You didn't come on to be insulted, Bill.
Stubby K, the famous actor.
Stubby
look
K,
great,
the actor Stubby K.
I look like Stubby K.
Yeah.
You look like Stubby K.
Well, if have you ever fenced with me verbally ever before? Seriously, Bill, have you ever fenced with me verbally before? You don't really know me very well, do you?
No, well, I think we've only appeared once together before today.
That's always the case.
Well, you're not starting off very well our second trip, my friend.
Well, hey, I got to
Okay.
give him credit. He's not kidding. You look like Stubby K. You look like an
yeah.
actor.
No. Stubby's a horrible name. No, he was a wonderful actor.
Yeah.
who
Mark,
was
this
doing
is why I
everything.
love your programs, because they're so filled with intellectual and caring conversation. It's so warming and inviting for you to come in.
I have to say,
For a Gila monster, you really turned out great.
No. Let me make this clear. I actually meant this as a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
And Stubby,
Have you ever seen
was
Cat
in
Ballou?
Stubby. Yes, and Stubby was also in Who Killed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
He
Or Who
was
Framed
indeed.
Roger Rabbit.
And who was the detective guy that basically died shortly thereafter?
Not
Bob
too
Hoskins?
far. About 15 years later, Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins, yeah.
Yes, but no, I totally meant it as a compliment.
All right, well, I will take it as such.
Thank you. I don't want to verbally fence with you.
You can
today
take your
because
boots out
I
your mouth
left my
now, Bill.
fencing sword at home. So
I take on the most insulting man on the planet. His name is Alan Pollitt. And and you think that a Canadian would be pleasant and caring.
Alan is very anti-Canuck acting. Because he can't stop himself. I love Alan to death. Don't get me wrong. I really like Alan.
I can't stand the guy.
You can't. Yeah. You appear with him all the time, so something's going on there.
Well, the medication's working at least at that point.
And by medication, no, I'm kidding. Welcome, my buddy.
Thank you so much. On that Magazine Enterprises book, if there's no comic code stamp on it, the latest it can be would be somewhere in the vicinity of October or November produced comic books, because then they have cover dates of March of 1955. So if ever you see, and if it has a code stamp and it's 10 cents, then it's from 55 all the way up until mid 1961. So you can always tell it's an easy measure. And when 12-cent comics came in, also with the code, which happened in mid 1961. So you have comic code books from 54 to 61 in 10 centers. And in 1956 was when they put the real big stamp up in the upper right-hand corner.
Gotcha.
Because they wanted everyone to know that we were sanitary-ish.
Right, ish. Emphasis on the ish. Of the ish.
So what you're saying is he really knows his ish.
He sure do. Beautiful books, by the way. That Popeye is really good. Alice the Goon, the cartoon that has Alice the Goon on Goon Island, where they all show them kind of humping around like this,
Yes.
up and down these hills and stuff like that. Alice was a sweet person, and then I think she took on the Sea Hag when the Sea Hag came in
Oh,
and all that.
kicked her
Matter of
ass.
fact, I have
Kicked her ass.
a Popeye book I just got.
Wasn't that Feature Comics number 9? I'd almost swear by that being Feature Comics number 9.
Well, I believe for regular comics, that I believe that is true. He, of course, was out earlier in with the Thimble Theater in the comics, in the newspaper strips.
Correct.
And he actually started, I believe, in 1929. But this is kind of a fun, where they're kind of doing this retro stuff with Popeye and those classic Popeye comics as well. It's interesting to give you this for the back. I'm not quite sure what sort of an interesting.
That's amazing.
Is that a modern? That's a modern one, is it?
Yeah, this is brand new. This is July of 25. It came out, and
It's a good series.
I'm sorry.
It was a good series. The 5 issues were very good. They're very funny.
Yeah. So I don't want to play through. Please continue showing books.
No, carry on.
No. Now it's your turn, buddy.
Yeah,
I
if
wanna
you're
show you
interested in
something.
seeing Popeye, if you want, if I crawl upstairs, I got some old Thimble theaters down by both.
Oh my God! I
You
absolutely.
mean in
Right,
Magic
door.
in King Comics?
in comic strips, pre-comics.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Now Alan got my 1936 and 1937 Lennon books, plus he got my Feature Comics number 2
Steve.
in a trade. So Alan got all my old Popeye stuff.
And they haven't released an Alice yet, but and I've shown this before, but I do have there's a Goon.
Oh,
that is cool.
Oh, that's freaking great! I want one so bad.
I'm sure I can put a dress on him at some point.
So I have to tell you guys, this is kind of interesting, but I suggested to Craig Yo a few years ago, and he wanted me to write it up, and I'm still at the point where I probably will do that. But I wanted to create a Popeye magnum opus called The Great Jeep Goon War, where we find out that the Jeep and the Goon, years before the Popeye comics, were at war together, and then they're factions of both of the current peoples or whatever creatures that want to start the war back up again. And it honestly, it could be something great, and I do want to do that sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not just making this up. I really
You say
thought about
he
this
looks
a long
like an
time.
actor, but if we had to go with who looks the most like Alice the Goon between my forehead and my nose, I win that one.
No, I think of you as a goon all the time. So yes, that works very well, Kyle. Thank you for
But hey,
bringing
look,
that
the
up.
divot in my head's getting better.
Well, thank God. It's about time. I
It
hope
was
the
only a
brain's
mild
coming back
concussion.
too.
Kyle, have you got any books to show us this week?
I'll crawl upstairs in a minute and fish out some relevant things.
Okay, we'll pass on to Darren while you crawl upstairs.
Well, I've got a box for Mark.
Oh yes. Okay, show some of these.
Well,
Wah, wah.
one of the items is so this is already sold, right? So no one can claim this. But this
We don't want to
Bill,
see
Bill Pile.
well, Bill, this will be a Bill pile. I'm sure Mark will read it
Bill
once and pass it on to you, Bill.
Oh fudge. Oh. Is that the first
this
one, or
is-
is that
That is
an
number
annual?
1. Yes, it is. Yeah.
This is a hardback annual Marvel Man Family. I can take it out of the bag because I've got to show you something. Right, so hardback.
It is hard.
Now,
Great spine as well.
yeah, this very, very nice book. Right, so bit of colour, splash of
Oh,
colour.
I'm so jealous. Ugh.
Now on the, in the this is Miller, by the way. This is a Miller book.
Yeah.
Now Miller did some weird things, but one of the things they did was so that you can see that they've used the inside, and this is the hardback cover. So that's a page. I think it's been glued on.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Deliberately by Miller.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's printed. But at the back page, They just continued and just finished the last story and stuck it to the back cover.
Stick it on the back cover, yeah.
But to be fair, that's what they did in most of the Lou Miller
But
annuals.
check this for English logic. So this is a color page. The previous same story, previous page, black and white.
Alternating.
Same story, previous page, color.
Yeah.
Same story, previous page, black and white.
Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, you were lucky to get any color at all at that time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and look at how good the printing is, Mark. The printing is fantastic. The color printing for a British book.
Actually, Len Miller used a French printer for a period of time. Now, whether that was one of the ones that was printed in France,
Has to be because that's why it looks so beautiful.
OEU will have no Brit bashing here.
Oh, I don't mean it like that. I just mean there weren't a lot of Brit publishers doing stuff in Great Britain at the time that was that nice.
Such a nice book, that one. Now, this is one that Mark rejected because the grade was too low. And the reason I put a VG sticker on this is because the top bit here is water rippled with a very faint sort of water stain on the back. But I wanted to show this because it's got a date stamp. Can you see the date stamp?
Yeah.
This is 1971. You can't see the one, but that's July the 27th, 1971. I was born on that day.
Oh.
What?
You need
Well,
to
why
keep that.
don't you get it framed then and keep it?
Well, I'm hoping to sell it.
No.
You've got to keep that.
What a brute. Yeah, you need to keep that, dude. Dud.
What else do you want to see from your pile then, Mark? Anything in particular?
Yeah, so the Batmans that you've overpriced.
Well, always overpriced.
Says the guy who also overprices, but we
I think,
won't
Mark,
go
I
there.
think the way
Next
that
to the
you're
Batman
doing
was
that other
this.
book, I think you should get that
Remember
for
this
next
one?
time that he's done that.
Yes, I've yeah, I do remember that.
Another Iwo Jima. Oh, you have to wait till Kyle comes back.
Right,
Right here.
Keep that. Oh, did you see it?
I saw it.
That's
Okay.
the beauty. I didn't tell you you'd overpriced.
Oh my
that.
God!
I
Now
wouldn't buy
that's
that
a
one.
hell of a.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's a
haven't
great
taken the
cover.
ones out that you didn't want yet.
No, I
So
want
these
that one
might be.
and that one.
Oh, I think you wanted this one, though.
Yeah, I do. I haven't got it. I know it's only a 2.0, but it's a big book.
I have that one.
It's the big fat ones.
Now we're in the ones you overpriced. So
I think I underpriced them.
Just out of curiosity,
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Oh.
I will
can't
say
remember.
this. I will say this. I bought $5,000 worth of books from Darren, and I'm happy with almost all of them.
Only almost.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, what do you mean almost?
Do you ever buy a collection that you're happy with all of them when you get them when you're buying them overseas? I haven't yet.
I mean, these are nice, Darren, but you I don't know how you've done your pricing and you didn't discount. If you discounted them, I'd buy them.
Yes, I mean, look, everything I sell, everything anyone sells can be found cheaper if you're prepared to hunt hard enough.
Right. If you get lucky, is what you mean.
I'm glad I
That's
got
all the Batmans. Do you want to see the detectives?
I think I bought most
Sure.
of the detectives, didn't I?
Yeah, there's a huge stack of detectives you got. Let's just pop those back.
That's nice. Yes, I got the wrong one. I want that. Yeah.
I want
9D,
that, please. No, I'm kidding.
9D pence variant. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do. Great stuff. Very rare.
That's very nice.
I wonder how many 9D variants of that there are. I bet there aren't any on the CGC centres.
Sexy Marilyn.
Yeah.
Clive Barker, Son of Seller. Yeah, that's a good one. Of course, Mark wants that. It's beautiful.
Del.
Dell.
Yeah, nice.
Combat is the one that I have the Iwo Jima cover from that I showed earlier.
Oh, there's a huge stack of detectives here.
For those who are keeping track.
Just do this properly. So I think you might have rejected this one.
No, I think I bought that one. Oh no, I didn't.
Did you?
It was a reader. No, I said it was a reader copy. It was too low grade. Yeah.
Yeah, this one. This
It's
is
beautiful
the cover
though, and that's one you don't see very often, Mark.
No, I've not seen it before, but it's sort of below the minimum grade. That's beauty. I bought
Okay,
that one.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
I love the pink Batman.
Yes. He had just come back from Russia at that point. Pinko.
Yeah, another nice one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's in a better grade.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's one that of course, has the.
There's a lot.
It was a great value in the day. I remember buying those off the newsstand. They gave you so much for 4 bits. They really did.
Yeah.
How old are you, may I ask?
I will be 72 tomorrow.
Holy crap! You're 10 years older than me. I thought you were my age. You look good.
Oh,
You're well preserved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's trying to get back in your favor now.
I have to have something to come back from. So.
That's cool. That's very cool.
There you go, Mark. Finally found somebody that older than me.
I know.
It was very hard. We searched really, really hard, far and wide, Terry.
Again, I'm honored.
I love that comic. Love the cover.
Yeah, I did those on my last video.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Darren is the youngest of this group, and
I'm
yet he looks like the oldest. No offense, Darren. But
no offense taken.
I was so upset with this one. I was so upset.
What happened?
Well, I checked obviously the pages inside, and I did a page count, and I had 6 pages at the back, half of the book, and 10 pages at the front. And I thought, what? 4 of them have been ripped out along the spine. So there's 4 missing
God!
pages.
Why would someone do that?
Yeah,
because they're dumb. People are dumb.
People just wanted a bit of paper to write on, and just ripped it out because they thought it wasn't worth anything.
This is a beauty.
That's nice.
British edition.
That is nice.
Is it Thorpe and Porter or Strato?
Strato was a division of Thorpe and Porter.
But this has got a bit of spine roll, but I think you probably can press it out.
Yeah, it looks nice.
And if you can, I think that's a near mint. Then there was this really cool one.
Yeah.
This is Australian.
That's Australian, isn't it?
That's nice.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a bit of a
some
flash.
nice ones there, Darren. I shall look forward to getting those.
That's very nice.
All I have to do is give you some money now.
Yay! My favourite bit. Let me just put these back in. If I'm going to show some more, I don't want them all falling over and bending spines.
Are you trying on purpose to look like Doctor Strange today with your collar turned up, or did you just?
No, I always do that.
Okay. Probably not Nowhere Bound. I think we're a little too early for Aparo. Oh, no.
No,
There were some Aparo. Sorry. Yes. Oh, Aparo probably on Phantom Stranger. No, he came
That's
later
Neil
on
Adams.
Phantom Stranger. That's Neil
That's
Adams.
a beauty. I haven't got that one.
That's lovely, that one. Hello, Gray.
Yeah, we don't have the duck for once, Gray. So yes, he did pay for the account.
That's wonderful.
We don't have the duck covering up someone's face.
Well, I usually have it growing out of my head.
Well, that's wonderful too. And Stubby K with a duck growing out of his head. Probably Daffy Duck, I would guess. I'm kidding.
You
Now,
can
is that-
continue having that boot in your mouth, Bill.
I know.
Yeah,
Is that
these are
number
great.
2?
These are great. I do collect Shazam, and
No, that's number.
That's number
That's
2.
that's
yeah,
number
I have
4.
got that, but it's not.
That's number
These are
6.
upgrades.
Number 6. That's right. I have those. I just looked at those yesterday. I love. That's one of the later CC Beck issues,
With the rare 8p stamp on the cover.
right? And of course, Aunt Minerva,
I don't know when it.
the
anybody's-
original Cougar. Oh,
I
that's
don't know
good.
whether
I have that
anybody's
one.
seen-
I have that one, and a little bit better than a fine.
The 7 Deadly Enemies. Very nice. Oh, the frog.
Buy this comic, or we'll
Well,
shoot
this
this
frog, the
frog.
frog gets it. Yeah.
Yes.
Darren, do you put those stickers on the bags for VG Fine and all that other jazz, or is that just who you bought them from?
No, that's
that's
how.
me.
Those
That's
are his
my-
actual stickers that say splatcomics.com on them. He gets those from China. As we
I
say
do
here in
not
the
get them
States.
from China.
Oh, I thought you said you did once. You don't get them from China?
Stephen, that's why it takes him so long to list them on his.
Right.
These
Oh, yeah.
come from China.
China, yes.
These come from China.
No, it's China here in the States. Thanks to our president.
These come from a UK printer, these ones.
Now, that's a Joe Kubert cover.
This
which
is a beautiful cover, and this is a
It is
beautiful,
a beautiful
comic.
cover.
Near me.
Oh, near mint. Oh, you rarely use those
Beautiful
stickers.
white. Beautiful.
That looks really clean.
It
does
is
look
an
clean.
absolute beauty.
It's a gem, as it were.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I'll
Shame
be-
that they put 7.5 pence, though, isn't it?
I will have to send you some cash.
If you want them, you will. Look at hey, put that one back up again.
Look,
What's in the middle of a Tootsie Pop? I'm kidding. Sorry, keep going. If anyone got that joke, I'd be surprised.
I got it.
Terry, were you trying to say something?
Oh no! All it was I was wondering, anybody's seen Comic Mike's latest video, because he had a Bugs Bunny cover on there, and it was a Bugs Bunny cover, and he was tied up, and it looked
Start
brilliant.
that
It was
fire.
from
Oh,
the
that's
50s.
wonderful.
It was from the 50s.
That's a great book right there.
That's a super grovel issue.
I love it. Kiss My Boot. I had to buy it because of that.
Yes,
Do you think that's Nick Carty?
yes.
cover? Okay, it is Nick Carty. Okay.
Well, I think it is.
Rose and Thorn.
Yep. Oh, that's a beaut.
I love the perspective on that.
Yes,
I
great.
do too. I do too.
They're upside downy.
What? Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Have you got many left to get, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a long run. There's about
137.
137 of them. I've probably got 80 odd.
Well,
I
that's a
haven't got
pretty
some of
good.
these- some of
That's
this
a
will-
pretty
these
good
are all- these are all-
percentage.
These are all ones I haven't got, so it's it's quite a good gap filler. This.
Yeah, good. So the best part
You're
of it-
buying all these, Mark?
Yes, these are all for me. I've agreed a trade with. Well, it's not a trade. I've agreed to buy them off. I've agreed
I
price.
sense
Cash, wonderful.
a little jealousy or envy, maybe. I'm
No,
kidding.
I have almost a complete set of Lois Lane.
Oh,
Yes.
do you really? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you got the showcase ones, Steve?
No, I have. I pick up probably around issue number 11 or so,
Yeah.
and then go all the way up. And there was a find where I was able to pick up about from about 25 all the way up to the end.
Oh,
And
wow.
I
crap,
traded
Steve,
I
that's
just
awesome.
traded in nice from Bigby McFly, the comic guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Mark, I pulled some books at such time as if you would like me to show some.
Yeah, we'll just finish
Oh,
with.
fantastic! We can't wait.
We're going to say some. We'll just finish with Darren, and then we'll come on to you, Steve.
Well, you want to see what you're buying?
I do.
And
Cool.
then I
I've
pulled
seen
a
them
stack
before,
of
though.
books
I
and
have
things
seen them
too.
before.
So
Now, that's
we
a
got
George
lots of
Perez
people to show
cover.
comics.
That's and Wally Wood, of course, was already dead at that point. Not to be a downer.
Bollywood was dead.
Yes, Wally Wood died in 83 or 84, Kyle?
81
No, I
or
don't
80.
think it was that
It was
early. I think it was
80
later
or
than that.
81.
I think it was that. No, I thought that for a long time. I think it's a little after that, but you may be right. But I don't. I think I know this
That's
one.
great, Carl. I really like that.
And I'm chucking these in.
Oh, you've got some glasses in.
From
I-
Clubman, I guess.
I-
That's
And
right.
what
Carl's
book
right,
is it?
1981.
What book is it?
Clubman, that was.
Oh,
Right, this is just a couple
Do you know
more.
why I know about Wally Wood, Bill?
no.
My grandma dated him. My
Oh.
mom's mom dated him.
Oh, shut up. Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've got 1 to 10 of those in here, and so they're great.
Kyle,
I
I
met
don't know
Wally
why.
Wood
I
when
don't know
was my
why I would ever
grandkids'
doubt
age.
anything you say. So I apologize.
If my mom would back it up, if my mom were still around, but no,
Is that
it was
Cardi?
real weird.
Is that Cardi? Cardi cover?
I don't know. It looks as if it could be the face.
It looks Cardesque.
It does, yes.
And by dated, I mean she drank with and hung out with for a little bit.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know, just bumped uglies in their later years.
That Supergirl run is so good. I think there are 9 issues of that. Those are really good.
10, isn't it?
Are they 10? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got all 10 of these from Darren.
This is the last one.
those are amazing.
9, no, 9. Prince is 9.
Darren, you really came through this time. Oh, that's a beautiful cover. Looks like Lyle Wagner on there, doesn't it, Kyle?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love this one. Fighting over their Yeti.
I know.
Is that
And-
Zatanna?
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
probably because he's a well-hung Yeti, but we don't get into that too much.
Medusa.
I take.
That's
They're
awesome.
great
And they're
covers,
different
I love
snakes.
the Superman
Steve,
crest, the
Steve,
super
I've
crest
never
on her
seen
boob.
Medusa with different snakes before. That's
Why
awesome.
did it only run for 10 issues? It's really good.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it went into Superman family, didn't it? That's why.
Yeah, well, they all did. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Prez.
Superman
How
adjacent.
awful.
Oh,
Prez.
Prez.
Ugh.
Since Mr. Gentner's here, let me see if I can just find an old thing.
But did you ever read the Sandman Prez issue where Prez is assassinated? It's actually very poignant, and it's drawn by Mike Allred of Mad Men fame, and it's a wonderful story, Steve. If you ever get a chance, it's what made me think Prez wasn't as awful as those
You
early.
thought
issues
you
were.
knew it was, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
fair
you knew
enough.
it was. Yeah.
Did they
Darren,
change?
you have to get some banks for these, those are books. I saw magazines that looked raw up above. I couldn't tell.
Oh, I've got raw stuff all over the place. I've got 40,000 raw stuff that needs bagging and boarding.
So now we're looking at Darren's Black Book.
Rosita,
Oh,
7.5.
Right.
Is Carl here?
Is
Wonderful.
it all empty? Oh, you're gonna
What?
show
It's a
something.
bound volume of something. What are we a bound volume of? Silver Tip.
Oh, it's a Western thing.
Yeah.
Blah,
Is it all Westerns?
blah. I'm not anti-westerns. I'm just anti-bland westerns. And a lot of those delves.
Those are, and who was Darren? Who was Silver Tip?
I don't know. Some
the
Indian.
horse
probably.
of. Go ahead and say it, Steve.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Well, that's
I can't
better.
remember
Oh,
either.
my
I was
God.
hoping you'd know.
Jack Kirby, Kid
that's
Gold
Look at the
Devil.
color
gorgeous.
strike on that Kid Colt.
amazing.
That is just gorgeous.
Look
That's
at
what
that
we find
blue,
in some of
Steve.
these
Isn't that
bound
awesome?
issues, though, because they've been kept from the light through being bound.
Oh, absolutely. I never even, and it's a black bind too. So that means it was kept even more so.
You know, in the day, this was the thing that everyone wanted to do: is they put the books together and have them bound so they last forever.
Right.
And of
not
course,
knowing
by
that they
trimming
were
the
totally
books and
destroying the value.
then they just when we became so fancy, why bound volumes have just taken a beating.
I don't know. We've seen them go pretty high here, haven't we, Mark?
I've sold a few bound volumes, really quite.
Well, of course, it also depends on what's been bound. Also,
Yeah, I got
Planet
2
Comics.
volumes of Planet Comics bound, which I think I talked to you about, and
I actually have that book, that Wild Western. I actually have a raw of that.
Oh wow. Is that Atlas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, you got those planets. That really was something good. That was
Yeah,
something
those
else.
planets were amazing. I almost pulled the trigger on those. Oh,
I
look
know.
at that gloss. Look at that
That's just
fucking
beautiful.
gloss. Pardon my French.
That's from 53, is it not?
52. It said on the spine. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What issue is
I
that?
might make you an offer for these, Darren.
Darren, what issue was that on the top?
God, look at the color on those. That
That
is,
one's number
I have
19.
never seen those books with that kind of color ever.
And that gloss. Look at the
Yeah,
gloss. Look at the
Those
gloss
must have
on the
been
back cover of
bound.
the
Those must have
previous
been bound
issue.
the year they were printed.
I agree with you, Mark. I don't think
Has
there's
to
any
be,
other way.
right?
They were not messed with, and they were bound.
It's
And of
the
course,
only way they.
to bind Kid Colt is amazing because, as a value, generally the only books that were bound were ones of higher value.
Yeah.
To bind books of like Kid Colt, Two Gun Kid's my favorite. Kid Colt. Wow, to 51 now.
So is there number one in there? Well, didn't he start in 49, 80, 51, something like that? I can't even remember now. Is that number one?
It looks like it might be a number 2.
Look, if you open the page and look down at the indices, it will tell you.
It might be number 12. Oh no, it might be number 12. Let's have a look and do exactly what you
Okay,
just
is
said.
indices a plural for indicia?
Yes.
I never knew that. Thank you.
No,
I-
that's
Not at
number
all.
12.
I feel
That's number
educated.
12.
That's number 12. So it must have
Oh,
started in
wow.
1950 then.
Yeah, so then I guess I'm right. I guess 49 was the first.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he was bi-monthly. So
How many
Look at
issues-
the color on that. My God.
That
And
one's
the back
actually
ads, the
incredible.
color
the
back
shine,
ads too.
the shine with the color is just mesmerizing.
These things were shut and put someplace cool, dry, and dark and left.
Yeah, and they've never hardly been opened.
No.
No. Oh my God.
Look
These
at the
are
white of the
not-
back cover of that.
We
Oh,
might
I
That's
be the
know.
first-
incredible.
We might be the first people looking at that for about 60 years, 70 years.
Well done.
That's gorgeous,
Darren,
man.
Darren, well done.
Now these came from the
Well
collection of a
found.
certain Frank Dobson, who is
Oh,
something
Frank
in the world
Dobson
of comics.
collection.
So Frank Dobson is no longer with us. He passed away probably about 2 years ago. But he
Was that all?
used to, in the early 70s, he had a comic shop in London, in England, and he started a fanzine called Fantasy Advertiser. And so he's kind of a sort of infamous person of comics in the UK. And he emigrated to Australia, and then he came back again. And then his son, I got in touch with his son after he'd passed away and took his collection away. So his collection has been the subject of our Geeky Weekly show for a couple of years. We've
I think
all
I heard
really
you guys
enjoyed
talk
watching
about it
it.
once before.
It's incredible. I mean, the stuff in there is just completely randomly mixed, so you just don't know what you're going to get next.
Darren,
it's just
I need to ask you something.
that came from Frank Dobson's collection, for example.
Right. Darren, I need to ask you something. Did my Australian Captain Marvels come from the Dobson collection?
Yeah.
They did.
Okay. Now,
They did.
Steve, you need to see those sometime. We'll privately chat, and I'll show you those sometime. They are
No, I'd be happy to.
they are off the hook amazing. And,
Yeah,
and
you
they're
only got
larger.
them because I didn't have enough cash to buy them at the time, Bill.
Their landscape. Well, you know, he knew we were battling for him, so he upped the price. So, you know, I'm sure that's what happened. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I went through them yesterday, Mark, and I hate to tell you this because I'm not trying to rub it in, but they are probably. I got 26 issues, and I have to tell you, I may have one of the largest collections of those. I have
sure you
not
do.
found anyone that has a complete collection of those.
I'm sure you do. If you
So
need-
so I'm taking those to the Collector Summit. I'm going to put FU prices on them. And if someone buys them, that's okay. But I'm going to put ridiculous prices on them just to show them to people because I want an excuse to take them. But I'm taking them not wanting to sell them. And I know that's stupid. But but I doubt someone's going to pay the kind of price
Airboy.
put on them. Look at that!
Look
Oh,
how
those are
thick this is.
wonderful.
Look how thick this is.
Oh yeah. Well, Airboy was weekly at one point, wasn't it?
It might. I'm not sure about Airboy. Hillman. I know they're Hillman.
Yes.
Is
Where's
that
the
number
cover?
one?
Is there no cover? Or is that the
No
cover?
No covers on these.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
remainders
disappointing.
then.
Yeah.
These are
That
all
makes me
reminders.
sad.
Well, that's a good read, though.
They
I
put the
bet.
adverts in, but not the
I
cover.
bet.
Something comics.
Something.
Black Terror.
Black Terror.
Is that our Black Terror, or is it some other Black Terror?
It looks like our Black Terror.
It's Black Terror EC.
So
It's our
it
Black
is.
Terror.
Oh, if these have the covers on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tigra with a Y.
Tigra? Tigra. That's interesting. Spectro.
So it said Airboy on the outside? What did it have on the outside?
This one was the Airboy one. That's all.
Right,
Airboy.
and this other one's what?
This one just said comics and standard on the bottom.
Oh, Standard Needor then. Standard
That
Comics. And
that
then
was
just
an Airboy
random
Hillman.
Standard. I dig. Hillman and then Standard. Got it.
What is Hillman and what is
random
standard?
standards.
they're publishers.
Standard Needor Comics for Black Terror. Standard
Yes.
Standard was the company. Ned Pines was the head guy. Ned
Correct.
Pines also did all of Fiction House. He was the big man of Fiction House.
Oh, was he the Fiction House guy too? I did not realize that.
Also
I,
in the
I picked up a whole stack of
Baseline
these the other
Bobby.
day.
What the fudge is that?
This was actually a bound. This is bound True Comics. This is exactly how it came out of the box. So it had been damaged before. I then proceeded to drop this and split it into two.
Oh,
But
Also,
it's,
you can
it's
see
glued
them where it's
together.
all,
But
they've all been
in
trimmed.
here, one of the is the first appearance in a comic of someone. What was the
Sad
soldier
sack.
dude? Sad Sack. That's it. Sad Sack.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
first
I think that Sad Sack's first appearance in a periodical, I think, was in Yank.
Yank
Yeah.
Comics number
This is
one
his
in
first appearance for the
1941,
comic.
but that's his first comic book appearance.
Well, no. Wait. I could have sworn Sad Sack was in Collier's, wasn't it? At some point.
No.
No,
True
Yank
Comics.
Comics number
Mm-mm.
one.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I stand
I'm
corrected.
unaware of that.
I've got a Yanks right behind me. Yeah, no, he's a sergeant. The dude that created Sad Sack was a sergeant.
For the life
Okay.
of me, I can't
He,
remember
wrote
what
Baker.
issue it was in.
George Baker.
Yeah. Got a Yank right behind me, but I'm not going to dig it out.
That looks like a Catalina.
It is, yeah, it is. From the underside, definitely you can tell. Now let me just see
For
if I can-
from almost any angle you could. Those things were so slow, and all they did was a phenomenal job because of their range. They made a huge difference when you guys finally caught up with Bismarck. It was Catalinas that kept track.
we found the Sad Sack appearance, and I can't remember where
Steve,
it is now.
are you Canadian?
It's quite difficult to find. It's a single page, I think.
It's a single page, and it's all text, and you think it's an advert page, but
Yeah.
it was pretty early.
Yeah.
If I'm just doing a quick flick through, and if I find it,
So
brilliant.
I picked up a bunch of these at auction for about £1 each, including number one, which is from about 1943,
with covers,
with covers,
and you've done well.
Oh
and
my
it
God, you did great.
has Winston Churchill on the cover. It's great.
No, I can't find it. Just quick flick. It was in. Oh, what's this? Is that it? No, that looks like Sad.
It's in issue something like 20 something.
That there isn't that Sad Sack at the top, or
No.
No.
Negative.
no? Then it was only something small like that, but
Well,
Yeah.
skewering,
Well,
skewering
it
the
was-
sergeant from the enlisted men is standard fare, I think.
Yes, and it was they were square. The earliest ones were square, like comic strips.
Wonderful. It's interesting they put Joe Carioca on there.
Joe was very popular in the early 40s. After
Yeah,
that
all
movie
the South
came out.
American influence he had.
Yes.
When Walt Disney was obsessed with it, Joe Carioca and the other one. I can't remember the name.
Right.
Karaoke Joe or something.
No.
Hooded Horseman.
And other stories.
Well, while I'm still upright, Mark, can I jump in line to show a few things?
You can.
Okay,
We'll
I'm not saying
do.
more.
Darren, you're finished.
Stand
We're
down,
going to
Darren. Stand down.
go. Stephen, we're just going to go to Kyle quickly.
No worries. I'm enjoying this. Fun being with you guys.
No, I just tried to grab a few
Steve,
things
are you in
relevant.
America or Canada?
I'm an American, 100%.
Where?
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, wow. So you're in Portland. I'm in San Antonio, and Kyle is in Indianapolis.
Um,
So we're almost a complete triangle, right?
yeah.
Well, and the
almost.
other boys are over in Blighty.
Well, actually, I hate to tell you this, Bill. If you've got 3 people in 3 locations, you've always got a triangle.
No. But I mean, if you look,
Not unless we're in a straight line.
If you look at the American map, it's almost a perfect triangle.
Oh, okay.
So from today or the last couple of weeks, I'd have pulled out one of my Yank magazines to show a sad sack, but I'd have to dig back in. But Mark said French printer, and I had a laugh because I was just shelving these things. French postcards.
Those are 20s.
But printed in Indianapolis. No, I'm kidding.
These 2 are actually cabinet cards from pre-1902.
What's a cabinet card?
In their cabinets, they would put cards to look at, but they would keep them in the cabinet so they could set them up and then just view them, or open the cabinets and then view them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
They would
So
display
there's
them in
just a stack
cabinets.
of those. I just thought it was funny. You said French printer when I just sealed those up. And then just randomly, because this is going to bounce all over the place. Last week we talked about Mutt and Jeff.
Those are so
Jeff.
creaky. The format on those is so strange. Platinum Age. That's Platinum Age.
1910.
Yes.
This is the first appearance of Mutt and Jeff.
Boy, if Bob Beerbaum was still with us, he'd be going ape shit over that stuff.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to be all over the place because just people talking. Of course, for Terry, some dead man. Then date stamp, 1968 there. Then for what Darren just showed, another date stamp on a finger here. There's my birthday, but it's my second birthday, not the date. Not if I had a 1966, I'd have it all put up. But
What do you mean it's your second
there's
birthday,
a dead man
Kyle?
with my second
Like the
birthday.
Queen, he's got 2 birthdays.
Have you got 2 birthdays? Or are you the Antichrist and you've been born
Yeah,
again?
there we go. There's just a random 77 that was sitting there with him.
Yeah, when he bends over, we're going to see 666 right above that.
Ready
star.
for this? I
Caligula's
just showed, I
address?
just showed the 60s and 70s. How about a 1950s?
Caligula's address.
How about a
I'm loving this. I
1959
am loving
Jimmy
this
Olsen
episode.
date?
You nearly hit my birthday there, Kyle. That's 7 days away from my birthday.
There you go.
Are you August 29th?
August 26th.
Oh, I didn't know that.
7 and 19 to 26, Bill.
There's a
I saw 9.
1961.
I'm sorry.
There's a
God,
61
Terry
House of Mystery.
always has to bore me a new one. Thank you, Terry.
I do believe this is my oldest comic book
You,
date
you
stamp.
paid me enough to do it.
There's a
I know,
1948 date stamp.
Really? That's your earliest?
Date stamp on a
48
comic
is
book?
prize. Was that Simon Kirby on that cover? Because they went over to Prize after they were fed up with Timely.
Al Carino.
Okay, fair enough.
Carino. Just a Popeye wartime comic, just because it was sitting there.
That's gorgeous.
Those are
Really,
the ones that
really
that
high
survived my
grade, too.
father's youth.
Oh,
King
really?
Comics.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
King Comics, yeah.
How about we talked about Two Fisted Tales?
Yes.
How about Two Fisted Tales 36 with a 1953 date stamp on it?
So the one I showed was the one right before that. Did you
Yep.
realize that?
I was 1 month old when that came out.
Oh my God.
Then you were talking about these. There's
Yes.
one of the 1947.
Well, I
the
have the
spring
American
47.
history one, but
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice, Kyle.
Picture Stories of Science.
I like that.
I'm still shocked that mine had silver ink on it. I don't remember seeing silver ink in
It's one of the earliest ones. There's a Captain Marvel out there with silver ink on it
Well,
too.
Bullet
wow.
Man #1 is the first with silver metallic
Bullet
paint
Man.
on
Oh
it.
yes, I didn't even think. Oh, thank you, Steve. Yes,
And the only
exactly.
ECs that predate this issue, and then the following issues that followed along, like Bill's, anything that predated that was EC was pure Bible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. There was also like the Ready Kilowatt and a lot of those
That was all
Commercial.
1947 or after. Yeah.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
any of the wartime and the pre
hey, man.
stuff. I always loved showing this, and it was just there. Significance of this silly book.
First appearance of who? Jungle
Actually,
Jim?
it's the 9th appearance.
Believe it or not, or
Not even on
Blondie?
the cover. Wasn't big enough to be on the cover.
Who?
This
Wow.
is October of 38, so summer of 38. That's the 9th appearance of the Phantom.
9th.
Back in the summer of '38,
So
this new
that was
comic
there.
came out called
We
Action
talked
Number
about
One.
these recently. Here's a wartime Blue Bolt. This is a Marvel offshoot company that Joe Simon ran this thing.
What's the company?
November of 44. God, I keep wanting to say Needor. Also, it's a
Atlas?
paper. It's wartime, so it's a sort of a paper cover.
Single
Novelty
paper.
Press.
Novelty Press. Okay.
So it was under the umbrella of Timely, but it wasn't Timely. It was one of Goodman's offshoot presses.
Well, they use different names, and if you look at a comic book, the publisher is never the name of the comic, because they use that to insulate each title on a bankruptcy or financial, to basically segment and to compartmentalize, so they couldn't be wiped out completely. That was the fig leaf that they used. I don't know what they figured to be sued so much, but
even though everybody knows Iwo Jima for the Marines,
I don't know anything about Tarawa.
Tarawa is the biggest.
Thank
this
you.
is the biggest Marine battle of World War II. This is the bloody battle of Tarawa. So Marines know everything about Tarawa. We also know Iwo Jima was basically posing, and it was. Yeah, I have all kind of opinions on that. I also have a bag full of Iwo Jima sand over.
Well, Guadalcanal wasn't exactly a cakewalk either.
Guadalcanal was
considering that the Navy bugged out and left you guys. You had to use Japanese equipment and eat Japanese food until we could resupply. But they had to run because the Jap fleet was coming down the slot. They had to bug out. They didn't have any ships.
Yeah,
damn it.
Then you talk about political comics. How about we talk about American political comics from
1897.
1892.
I was close,
Wow.
and I was just making a wild ass guess.
And then you get those, and then of course the rarest thing I have in my platinum collection, an actual letter from the offices of that, from
the Honorable Charles
1888.
Road. Read.
That's a letter from those offices, so that's one of my rare platinum age things. Oh, more politics. How about Puck?
Oh, that's nice.
Was Puck the American version of Punch?
This is 1889. More politics.
Yes, in answer to your question, yes, it's very similar.
Yeah, it looks
Uncle
similar.
Sam. Talking about foreign aid things and things. This is
and we still are.
April Fool's 1890.
Are you kidding
Global
us?
politics there. Again, these are just because they were there. A loose copy. I still don't have this wrapped up.
Golf Funny Week. Oh, that's an early one too, isn't it?
Extraordinarily rare.
Gulf Gasoline.
Did that come free with a newspaper?
1934.
No, it came free with a fill-up of gas.
Yeah, 1934. Okay. What is significant about these, Bill?
They were some of the first 4-color comics, weren't they?
As I drop it and catch it.
Crap.
This is the Gaines-Donenfeld experiment.
Oh, that's right.
This is where Gaines made his money. This is why they started comic books.
Right, which became DC,
They put these out for free. They kept selling them out. Then they put 10-cent stamps on them. And then by 36, the guys who put this together eventually put together...
and it's also where
Funnies
it
Weekly
also
and
became
stuff.
like Motion Pictures Comics Weekly. Also was like
Yeah.
that, but never
Standard Oil
actually
Comics.
distributed.
The
Beatrix
other one
McFiddle.
from 1934. Now the oldest,
Standard Oil.
one of the oldest date stamp things I have. Another Gulf Bunny Weekly. There's a date stamp for you.
Right in the heart of the Depression.
1934.
Right in the heart.
And there's no other way to put it. This is a file copy.
Well, yeah, it looks pretty fucking
That's
spectacular.
very high grade, yeah.
That's a 1934. And again, this is part of the Gaines Donenfeld experiment where they went out and found out if you could take comic
Doesn't that
strips,
sound like a progressive rock band?
put them into
It
format.
does to me.
No, it sounds like a degenerative genetic disease to me.
No, but the
Again, 'cause
Gaines
they were
Donenfeld
there.
experiment sounds like a rock band. I don't know.
Again, because they were there, of course, Sydney, Australia, 1943 Superman comic strips. Just because I was
From the
in
Dobson collection. I'm kidding.
43 Superman comic book strips.
That's
Those
awesome.
are Sunday funnies, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah,
They sure look like it.
1944. Yeah, these are Sunday funnies.
Look
So
at
these were
that.
these
Great
came-
robot. Great
That's not
robot
newspaper,
page. That's
it's Sunday
great.
It, of course, reminds me of Mechanical Monsters.
This is actually
You know.
relevant
Yeah, the
to
cartoon.
issue 16.
Yes, exactly.
This actually ties into stuff that happens in Superman 16 or something.
Oh, wow.
There's an old Henry. Hey, look, it's Donald
Donald
Duck by
Duck.
Walt Disney. So, and again, Superman fighting the Nazis or whatever,
And probably killing people along
And
the
again,
way.
just because it's there. Here's my oldest newspaper. Got to get right on the date. See if we can get that.
1795.
Columbia Centennial.
1795. That's my oldest
Holy crap.
newspaper. So. I
That's
keep my
around
oldest
the,
newspaper with my
around the
oldest
time
comic
that,
strips.
that Barnabas
Now, my
became
oldest
a
Sunday
vampire.
Funny is 1917 here.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
And these were enormous. They wanted to go from this. They wanted to figure out if you could go from this and fold them down and make them readable. And that's what led to the Gaines Donenfeld experiment, was to not have this big mess, to narrow it down, and would people buy it? And they did. Here's 1926 and 1924 Gigi manga.
Ching chong, king gong. No, I'm kidding.
1920s
Sorry, folks.
manga. So
Wow.
Yeah, it's not really manga as we know it, is it?
it is. This is how manga started.
Yes.
This is
yes.
this is the original.
This
This is
actually,
Gigi manga.
yes.
No tentacles in any of that stuff, though.
That is
Right.
the original
And
manga.
there's no Tezuka in there yet.
And then now I'm down to the last bits, and I got to look to see which one of these. How about 1938 Thimble Theater?
Oh, those are wonderful.
Skeezix.
Skeezix. God, how I love Skeezix.
Those are Sagendorf, because by then Seagar was dead.
It was after 38.
But look, there's a Seagar. May 16th, 1937.
Have a cigar.
Little sweet pea. I still got 3 or 4 cigars in here. There's another cigar. January 23rd,
Every time you
1938.
say
Right
that, I want to
before he
smoke a
died.
stogie. Oh, wow.
This is literally right, but like the month before he died. This saw
Yep.
Did he
Yeah.
die young or did he die old?
No, he was young.
Middle aged. He was like 50 something.
No, he wasn't that old. He was in his 40s, I believe.
That's young.
Yeah.
Yeah, these 38s are more Sagendorf when Sagendorf.
He might have actually been 38 if I don't remember, if I remember correctly. He was very young.
Yeah, 39. That's Sagendorf's early stuff. Basically, I have some of the last cigars and some of the first Sagendorfs.
What fun stuff.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Time
Right, Kyle,
to finish.
I'm going to move on because we've
I got
Yeah,
one
we're
more.
running out of time.
I got one more. I just wanted to see if it was Seeger too.
Uno
But yeah, I
mas,
got
uno
another one
mas.
there too. So, and then I also have one of Pappy's Tijuana Bibles back there too. So I had a killer
Don't we
Popeye
all?
collection.
Poop deck.
Stephen, that's in your cabinet collection, I think.
I have no comment at this time.
I found
Yes.
Dad's back.
But it happens to
Stephen.
be right behind you. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, Stephen
But-
has one of the most amazing collection of comics in the world. So
That's
whatever he
amazing.
chooses to show.
Is that
Can I just say I'm
Steranko
impressed by
on
that line
your
of pin
your
buttons?
left? Is that Steranko or is that?
Well, this is R. Crumb, and
Oh.
he signed it.
Oh, fantastic.
And so this was a limited edition print from a 1975 image of Hokum Boys
Look at the
that
bottom.
they ran off on high quality paper of, I think, 250. And
But
then
the
he
one
signed
next
each.
to it?
And right next to it is from, do you know what this is?
Is that
Is it
Steranko's
Steranko? It
history of
looks
the-
Steranko to me.
It's Steranko, but do you know what it's from?
Is
Can,
his
can you get
history of
closer?
comics?
Can you show it closer?
It's from Foom.
Oh, it's from Food.
Okay. I thought it was actually from his encyclopedia.
Yes, that's what I
series.
thought as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I
look
will
at
tell
that.
you that Marvel is the cheapest, cheap ass company there is. And the paper, the thickness of this paper is wafer thin.
Yeah.
Being able to get this into this Mylar to protect it took me about 3.5 hours
Wow.
without doing damage to it. It was a mess because it's so fragile and so big.
You know what, Steve? I actually own one of those. That's great. I need to get mine framed.
What's on the other side, Stephen?
On the
Nothing.
side
Oh,
is
It's just
for
blank.
all the autographs.
Oh, it's right.
You wish. You
We've
wish.
just got a few more to collect, I think.
That's it.
We can't get the autographs now, so you won't want to take it out.
Here's a
Uh,
Steranko.
Let me think about that. I saw a lot. You guys show a lot of silver and bronze and
Yeah.
and golden age, and so what I did is I just grabbed some golden age to show you that are some of my favorites. Alan and I, the last few Mondays, 2 Mondays and then one in between, we're showing our top books. Our top each one of us picked our top 20. And then we picked the sort of the next 20 down that just didn't quite make the cut. And that's such a subjective thing because they were all pretty cool books. Right here is that is Skinny from Spirit Comics number 22, I think 22 or 23.
Wow.
And that was done by a guy named Aaron Greenfield, and he is an artist. He runs under Rad Comics and Art, and he's very, very good. He's a
Awesome.
very gifted artist. Here is Murderous Gangsters number 1. This is an Avon book from July of 1951.
She's stacked.
Indeed. That's
I
from
love that.
Big Trouble in Little China. Indeed.
You almost sound like Curly when you say that.
Here is
One of the
Nightmare.
Curlies.
Don't start again, Bill.
I
No,
know.
that's right.
I know.
Quit digging, Bill.
I don't mean it. I don't mean it. You sound good.
Nightmare Comics number 2, Ziff Davis publication from the fall of 1952.
Wow. One of the earlier horror books.
I love the beach scene with the swimming costumes on. Very good.
Swimming costumes. We call them swimsuits, but that's all right.
Swimming.
I
Well,
say, she's got her swimming costume on.
Indeed.
Wait. I can't remember her name. Esther Williams. It almost sounds like an Esther Williams throwback. Swimsuit costume.
She
Yeah.
was, when I think of Esther Williams, I always think about when she was in the USO and went over in World War II. She told this story. And they went to cheer up these guys that had been shot to pieces, these Marines that were shot. And she went into the hospital, and here was a guy who was in absolutely the worst shape. And she started to cry when she saw him. And the guy looked up at her, and he's lit this adoring look in his eye. And what she did is she opened the covers, and then she slid into bed with him, and she hugged him.
Oh.
And the guy started to cry, and she held him close, and she said, we love you. Thank you so much for what you did. And no one said a word. No one said a word to her. Get out of there. Don't do that. No one said a word. That's what I always remember about Esther Williams.
You know, military man, Steve.
My dad was Navy, but I missed Vietnam by, I had a high draft number, or I would have had to go into the NOM.
You
And
were the
then
last year too, weren't you?
53 was the last year they pulled from. My number was
Right.
228. I was in high school.
Wow.
But I was
Thank God.
I had my draft. I had registered for the draft and everything else. So
Well, we had to.
yeah. Here is Flying Jenny #2, Leader Enterprises from 1947. It's one of the best Matt Baker covers.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
That's a beaut.
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Look at the colours on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year is that?
Spectacular.
1947.
Amazing.
47 was the pinnacle of straight good girl books. And the
Ah.
thing was that they started to get, they were targeting because it was prurient. And so what they ended up doing is that they said the titles that were strictly good girl kind of fizzled out. So what did they do? They shot it out all over everywhere. So that it was good girl in science fiction, it was good girl in westerns, it was good girl in superhero, it was good girl everywhere. Put good girl in horror, especially damsels in distress and the jungle, all the jungle covers and stuff. So here is romantic.
Funny, the jungle covers, they were always almost the hero, which is kind of strange, right? I mean, compared to the horror comics where they were the victim, they were the victor in the jungle comics for the most part.
Yes, they had very, very powerful female images, female characters. And this is characterized post-war, the atomic age, after the bomb dropped, up to pre-code and then the code. But the thing was that the characters that they brought in, the guys didn't want to look at guys running around in tights with capes. What they wanted to do is they wanted pretty girls, they wanted action, they wanted horror, they wanted science fiction, they wanted all that.
Correct.
And so what they did to supply that, to the market changed after 45 and everybody came home from the war.
Yeah.
If you look at the content of the books pre World War II through World War II, I mean, just before World War II and through World War II, they were of a certain type. By the time we get up to Korea in 51 and 2, the comic covers at that time had become extremely extreme. So you look at the war covers from the Korean War era, and they are absolutely brutal. The World War II books are nothing on them.
That's amazing.
So here is Romantic Adventures 50 from ACG, October and November 1954.
Oh,
Wow.
is it She-Hulk?
No, she's crazy and she wants the guy and she's trying to get him and she is freaking crazy.
Oh, she's green with envy.
She's green with. Oh, you beat me to. God bless
That's been
America.
reprinted many times, isn't it? That cover. I've seen. I've
never seen this cover before.
I've seen facsimiles of it. I'm sure I have.
Have you really? I've never seen this cover before.
Definitely remember the green girls.
I've been around the block a couple times. I love that. That's beautiful.
This, of the ACGs, this is probably one of the most valuable ACG books there is because of the cover and the story. And this woman really is crazy. And the story, and this is still pre-code. As I said, this is 1954, just before the code.
Yeah, and what she's saying is, what do you mean you didn't empty the dishwasher?
But enough of your domestic problems, my friend.
Yeah. We don't need your. We don't need you to know your garbage.
Comfort walk, panty girdled with it, and this is the part I thought was particularly good, with a detachable crotch.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Like you do.
The things they advertise on the backs of comics.
I need a detachable crotch. No, I'm kidding. Never mind. I won't go there.
Bill,
Here is Starlet O'Hara in Hollywood.
Not
And
Scarlett
this
O'Neal.
is Standard Comics from June of '49. It's just very cute.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I've seen that before. I'm sure Alan's got that one. I've seen it.
Okay,
Yes.
our timing is above it. So what grade is that? I can't see it.
It's a 5.0.
5.0. Okay. I
White
see it now.
pager. It's an incredibly rare book. Of the Starlet O'Haras, this is the one. Starlet O'Hara, this is the one you want.
Starlet me last.
It's
Starlet O'Hara,
Starlet
boy.
O'Hara it is.
Oh my God!
And there she is. We've been
Oh,
knocking
my
protties
stars and
into
garters.
the water all day. Here is Wonder Comics number 15 by Alex Schomburg.
Oh,
Okay, and that's one of the greatest bondage covers of all time. I mean, I'm not just making that shit up. It really is. And you know what?
in a 6.5. In a 6.5.
And I have a Schomburg cover of the British Thrilling number 56 that actually has it has both appearances of Satanus in it, and who is arguably one of the first horror characters. And I'm taking that with me to Collector Summit this year.
Fair enough.
The way that woman is depicted there, Mark, reminds me very much of the Basin Full of Fun covers.
Oh yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes.
Schomburg's airbrush. I'm sorry, Schomburg's airbrush work is second to none, and he signed this one Zila down there in the corner, which he
So did he do a lot of this with airbrush? Is that why they look so gorgeous?
Yeah, he basically post-war started doing these for Standard Needor Comics.
Oh my God!
But he had done it before. I have one of his studies from when he was working at the movie house when they were doing the backgrounds for when they would roll the credits.
Right.
He did airbrush covers for those. If you ever read the book
Oh.
Chroma, they show a
Yes.
bunch of that stuff.
Oh
Steve,
my God, that's
that cover
amazing.
you've just shown, is it kind of a Land of the Giants type of thing?
It is.
Well, it is what Schomburg could do is that his bending of proportion. If you look at the Brick Bradford cover, for example, where the robot is bigger in the background and then the people are large in the foreground, but the monster, then they show the buildings behind. He could bend proportion better than most anybody else could.
Think about all his Atlas and Timely covers.
And things like that, and they're not much smaller than the man sort of thing. That's what.
No, but remember when the what we now know as the Invaders, Captain America, Human Torch, and Namor were always larger on a lot of covers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
that was one of
constantly.
his trademarks.
Yes.
Here is
I didn't even pull out the Brick Bradford comic strips that I had back there either.
Who did
Now,
that one?
this cover. This is a Bill Wolfeck story. They don't say who did the cover. Underworld Crime 7, and this is my birthday book from September of '53.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I think this cover is these guys are sociopaths, and they have absolutely no soul at all.
Is that a red hot poker?
Yes.
Yes.
You're just pleased to see her.
Yeah, and that is a red hot poker, and the guy's holding a red hot poker as well.
Wah, wah. Okay.
My poker face.
So, Steve, my birthday book is Spider-Man number 2.
Oh, good for you.
63 May. Yes. Also, wasn't that the first appearance of Iron Man, guys?
In what? Spider-Man 2?
I'm back.
No,
Wasn't that the first appearance of Iron Man? Was May 63?
I can't tell you exactly. I'm sorry.
Kyle can. Kyle?
Um,
Iron Man was way earlier.
I thought Iron Man predated. That might well be May of '63.
Yeah.
He's in 63. I know that.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a little earlier, but now that I'm thinking of it, April, May.
Hulk was in 62.
Yeah,
Hulk
Hulk was already
FF was in
August of
61.
62. Hulk 1 and Spider-Man's first appearance came out the same month, right, Kyle?
No, Journey into Mystery 83 and ASM 1 came out in May. Hulk came out in August.
Oh, okay, you're right. I apologize. You're right.
But
This is the
Iron
Canadian.
Man was early 63, so.
This was the.
Tales of
Is that a
Suspense
Ward cover?
39,
Bill Ward. Yep.
Bill Ward.
December 62.
Oh,
Yeah, so it would have been cover dated like February of 63.
okay.
Cool.
So this is the Canadian version of this book.
Wow. Now that's, you talk about rare. Oh my
You can always
God.
tell by the ads.
By the skin cream.
Yeah, the Canadians need more.
Excuse me. Miracle skin cream to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I skipped the miracle, didn't I? I'm a Catholic. I should know something about miracles,
What?
but never mind.
Go and sin no more.
I will not, sir. I will not.
Here is Catman Comics number 28 from Continental Comics, and this is from June of 1945.
Oh,
Wow. Who did that cover? Do you know?
it must be
L.B. Cole.
LB Cole.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. Why didn't I guess that? Oh my God.
It looks so much like that monkey one as well that he did. What's very similar style.
You know, I have to say, I first became a fan of LB Cole before I knew who he was because of his great blacklight posters when I was a kid growing up in Hawaii. And do you know about that, Steve? That era?
No.
Yeah,
No.
LB Cole did some of the most fantastic late 60s, early 70s blacklight posters, and some of them were actually recreations of his Golden Age comics.
Interesting.
Thank you, Gray Man. I'm too mundane for miracles. Thank you.
Here is one of the major Schomburg grails. This is Terrific Comics number 5, again by Continental.
Holy moly.
And this is from the same company that gave you Suspense 3.
Which is
The
probably
classic
his
skull cover.
right. Oh, that's amazing. God, that's so great. That
He's
guy
incredibly
could draw
talented
like a
and
you know
bright.
what.
These are rare comics.
They're beyond rare.
Those colours are so bright, aren't they? They're lovely.
Hey Steve, have you ever dealt with anyone named Dave God, what is Dave? He's one of my best friends and I drew a blank.
Have you ever dealt with a guy called Dave, Steve?
No, not Dave.
I've never
Dave.
have.
Dave's not here,
Hold
man.
on.
Dave's
Hold
not
on.
here, man.
God, I hate you all right now.
He's my best friend, but I can't remember his name.
No,
Dave's not here, man. It's a
I'm
Cheech and
blown
Chong
away
skit.
by this stuff. Dave Blodgett.
I have not. I don't believe I have.
Okay. All right.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man. Okay.
No, it's me. It's Dave. It's Dave. Dave?
man.
Yeah, Dave. Dave's not here.
Dave,
not here,
Dave,
man.
are you in the chat anywhere?
This is Witchcraft Comics number 5 from Avon, December of 52, January of 53. It's a Kelly Frias painted cover.
Oh my God.
I've never seen that before. That's a painted cover, isn't it? I love that.
Yes, sir.
I've been communicating with Kelly's widow for a while. She is super nice. She came to one of my panels and she goes, I'm Kelly Frias' wife. And I'm like, she goes, do you know who? And you know, that's gorgeous.
That's a nice set of bones.
Isn't that some of his
Well,
early
the thing that got me about this, here she is dressed in her party dress.
Yeah.
She is scantily attired under her dress.
Yeah.
She's hanging out from up above. She appears to be barefoot. I think I'll take the shortcut through the Valley of Dead Bones and Monsters. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Look,
Wink.
I think you're being a bit unkind. The girl has made a few bad choices that morning.
Just because of that one thing, you get so upset.
That's her last bad choice. Let's just say it that way. That is gorgeous. I love the lettering on the logo. It's
the
amazing.
logo is
Yeah,
great.
the trade dress is
It's
great.
amazing, and it's what do you call that? The arc. It's like a global kind of. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And
she
this
said
creepy
then-
ad with a Jerry Mahoney Hopalong Cassidy doll from Uncle Bernie's Fun Shop, which sounds like a really creepy place, doesn't it?
I think there could be a
yeah.
movie. I
You'd
think
never
we could
leave
have
your
a
kids
horror
there
movie
with-
set in Uncle
Yeah.
Bernie's Fun Shop.
Where are you
Well,
going? Where are you going with your money? I'm going to go to Uncle Bernie's Fun Shop.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
The
Mark,
hell
can I
you
just
are.
do something real quick?
What's
Yes,
that?
she made the mistake of not leaving the house with the underclothes with the detachable crotch.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I
Because
show
you went-
Steve
you went
something
to
real
the-
quick, Mark?
Yeah,
He went to
sure.
Double Burners and he only had those 5 things each shop anyway.
Hang on, Kyle.
Okay, Mark. Thank
That,
you,
and
Mark,
I got
for
something
being
I want
so
to show
patient
Mark as
today.
well too. But
Oh, Steve, it's Steranko.
do you know
That's
who created
beautiful.
Norgil?
That is gorgeous.
That's Maxwell Grant and Jim Steranko's signature. What's Maxwell Grant most well known for creating?
The Shadow.
The Shadow. And
Maxwell
this is a
Grant?
limited piece.
How did
Do
I
you
not
have one
know
of
that?
these? It's a limited piece signed by Steranko and Maxwell.
Wow.
Well, it's because
why we
I'm
gotta-
almost
blow me up
72.
again real quick.
Yeah.
I got this out for Bill and forgot to show it when I was up.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Do you see how Davis did a self-portrait of himself? Look,
Yes,
look what
he
he's
did.
wearing.
He's wearing a Confederate belt buckle.
And signed by, whoops, I turned it the wrong way. Signed by Jack
Signed by
Davis.
Jack himself.
That's really nice.
We'll
And
talk
then
on
Mark,
that one,
I
Kyle.
keep brain farting this every time I have this out, and then I put it back up. Who did
What?
this?
SE5A.
Is that Wood? What's his name?
McCudden?
George Evans.
Oh, George Evans.
yeah.
Yes.
I was
Beautiful.
trying.
I love
I
That's
don't
George
know
my
Evans.
where I
George
went
Evans
with Wood,
signature.
but yeah.
Something else funny about the, oops, Georgia, I put that back up. Look at, it's by George Evans and who?
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
But no, Richard Pryor is actually part of our group on the EC group. The same Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell Rich we saw that today.
But yeah, I had that sitting out, and I'm like, man, I forgot to show Bill that Jack Davis signed thing, and then he was talking about Steranko, and I'm like, you ever had one of those? And if you're interested, I can get one to you.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, dynamic. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Nice.
Who did
Now-
that's not Cole, is it?
No. The dynamic comics is very, very interesting because of the artists, and I say it's interesting because of this. This is a somewhat limited, a smaller company, and what they did was, but their artists that they hired for their comic were amazingly gifted artists. This is actually a Mac Rayboy cover.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah.
And
I
it
can
is
see
not
it now.
it's not a painted cover, but just standard pen and ink, and the colorist, look at the detail. His Rayboy signed it underneath the right hand side 50. Right
Matt
on the
Rayboy-
fuselage.
Matt Rayboy did some of the Flash Gordon stuff as well, didn't he?
Well, Mac Rayboy did Captain Marvel Jr.
That's
Uh,
Green
and-
Llama.
Oh,
and the Green Llama in particular. I do like the
yeah.
Green Llama, but
I love the Green Llama.
this is an incredibly rare book.
Yes, it is.
And I used to collect firearms, and I came to the conclusion I didn't want to saddle my wife Susan with all of this if I, for some reason, shuffled this mortal coil. And so I basically sold them all. And I was telling my friend Mark Oldroyd, I said, I'm going to sell all my guns, and I'm going to, because our comic market, because of the downturn after the crash, after the COVID bump, people were selling books that I've never seen. I didn't even see this in the 90s when that glut happened, and I bought
amazing.
a lot of books in the 90s.
Yeah.
People needed the money, and I saw books like this coming out that never came out before.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally never. And I mean, in all the time I've collected. And so what I did was I wanted to take advantage of that situation, because it's going to be a buyer's market until we turn around and when the United States basically cracks open all the spigots for energy, since Canada can't figure out if they're a foot or horseback, we're going to basically lower our prices till hell won't have it, because the cost of transportation and everything else, we will become an exporter of energy. We're going to do all that. At which point, as the money start to flow back into the American economy at a much higher rate, it will then become a seller's market rather than a buyer's market. And
Correct.
I wanted to take it, and Alan was predicting it would be in October. And I'm glad he didn't bet any money on it, because I thought he was too early, but he said, "Oh no, I'm sure." He's never totally sure of himself, Mark. I'm sure you've noticed this.
I'm giving him a hard time
Alan.
about it at the moment, Stephen, if you've been watching our shows.
Oh yeah, always watch. I always find it amazing watching a Brit and a Canadian talked about American comics. I've always found that unique and interesting, where you'll say, "Who's Maverick? Who's Cheyenne? Am I supposed to know who Cheyenne is?" And I want to reach.
What the hell does that mean?
I want to reach through the screen and throttle you. But this book, and if you look at the design that Ray Boy did, I can't get over this. You'll notice that there's a rod across to both guns that he can adjust up, down, and sideways. And then he has, well, like with Doc Savage, they had the Super Fire guns, if you remember reading Doc Savage, where they had a ram's horn magazine that went into them, and they were the Super Firers, they called them. This gun reminds me of that, although he's got basically a belt-fed, whatever it is, gun with a reel right next to him, and he's got 4 guns going forward. I just think it's an incredible book.
It is an incredible book.
I was just saying that silver, it looks almost like a photo, doesn't it? So
it really does. That's why I said the pen and ink job that Ray Boy did. Whoever the color, I mean, the inking job on this, the colorist went in and did a beautiful job. All of the different stripes and all of the nuances and shading. I mean, I'm stunned by it. There are very, very few of these.
You know why I can tell this is a rare book, Stephen? Because it's a 2.5, and you never have a 2.5 unless it's the only one that's possibly available.
In fairness, I only will buy a book that looks good. I always buy the book, not the label.
That's a very displayable 2.5.
Why is that a 2.5? I mean, I can see a little slight damage on the spine, but the actual cover's beautiful. Is the back cover, is it knackered? Or,
so it's not. I mean, there's a chunk out right there, and obviously there's some problems with the spine. But frankly, to me, but Mark, book. indeed, you were right. But if this book was tattered, even if it was a reasonable, I wouldn't buy it, because I can't buy books that are tattered. I can't buy books that aren't pretty.
No. And did you read the Macro Boy book?
Not as yet.
Okay, so God, why am I having a brain fart today? The guy who wrote it, he's a friend of mine, and I can't remember.
Is he called Dave, Bill?
No, no, he's the leading EC collector, and I have a million of his books, not a million, but quite a few of his books in my collection.
Ron Goulart?
No, God, he just wrote it too, right before he died. I have a copy in my collection. Why can't I think of one of the leading EC collectors?
Cogitate on that. This is Dynamic Comics 11.
Oh my God, that is the one comic I want to own more than any other comic. Oh my God, and what grade is that? Can you lower it?
It's a 3.0, but it's a 3.0, but it has a beautiful color strike on it.
It's gorgeous. And who did that cover?
This is Gus Ricca.
That's right.
Gus Ricca did the one with all the floating heads, very famous Dynamic. That's even more. But between that one and this one, I do like this one better, because the study on his face is illuminated almost with green, and you have a little tableau going on here down below.
Oh my God.
It's just a remarkable cover, and again, very, very hard to find these. And I will take a lower grade. My Detective 31 is a 1.5. My Captain America #1 is a 1.8.
That's okay.
But they're beautiful books and present well.
Well presenting.
Yeah.
Oh,
and but then this is the thing. So I could, you can buy books. Like if structurally it's a 4, the cover can be completely faded out, almost to nothing, and it's a 4.0. Well, which would I rather have? The 2.5 that has beautiful colors, or a 4.0 at more expense that you can barely make out
The
what's going on?
2.5. The 2.5.
I go the
Yeah.
2.5
Yeah,
because
That's
it
a
has to be
no-brainer.
pretty. And when you're buying these, which are quite dear, if they don't present well, then what is the purpose of the exercise?
100%.
Hey, Mark, speaking of pretty old comics, that what you used for the thumbnail, are you going to share showing that off today?
No, I haven't got it with me, Kyle. It's I
Damn
will
it.
show it off, but it's
Keep
very
going, Steve.
fragile. I don't like getting it
You're
out.
on a roll.
I have one more to show because I don't want to
Yeah,
monopolize all your time. But here is
Okay.
that Spirit in a
Oh,
7.0.
Oh my God.
That is such a great cover.
Oh my God. One of the best Spirit covers ever. Oh my
And the
God.
story is funny. Her name is Skinny. And in the
Oh, is
story,
that
if you
Skinny? Okay, I gotcha.
her name is Skinny. So Skinny is hooked up with a bad cat, a bad gal, also a knockout, whose name was Dulcet Tone.
That's the
Ah,
What
tone.
a great
Yes,
name.
of course.
And Dulcet Tone is a bad cat, and she's hooked up with the mob, and she's getting her money and what have you. And she treats Skinny like crap, and Skinny isn't getting her fair share, etc. So finally, what happens is that Skinny's had enough, and you see how she's pulling the stiletto out of her stocking.
Absolutely.
She basically runs and hits Dulcet Tone and into the drink at the ocean. They're on a pier. They go into the ocean, and she takes the knife and she stabs Dulcet Tone to death underwater.
I always found
Wow.
that if I was dating a woman who carried a stiletto in her stockings, it was never going to end well.
I
Well,
wouldn't insult. I would not say anything untoward to her,
but women always wear stilettos with those kind of stockings.
except
Yeah,
they're
but
on their
usually-
feet,
usually
not
on
in
her
her,
Heels.
not
Yeah,
in her
exactly.
stocking.
Exactly. You heard my joke. I'm kidding. But you're right. You're right.
And
Oh,
on the
look
back,
at that.
on the
Look
back
at that.
cover, I have to tell you guys,
The first
in the
electric baseball game.
in the 50s, they had electric football, and this I was surprised. I didn't know they actually had electric baseball as well.
Yeah.
And the way these things worked was, you see this red box, and the plate that's on top of it is like a 32nd of an inch plate of metal.
It
And
jiggles.
what's underneath it is there's a little vibrator motor that is hooked onto the plate.
That's what
And
she
so
said.
what you would do, like for electric football, you would set up all your men. They're these little tiny figures, very, very light little figures, and you'd set them up and you'd set up your formations. And then you'd turn the thing on, and then basically then the play would start, and then these guys would all start moving. But I always found it, and I watched it as a little kid. I watched these people laboriously setting these things up, and they have the defenses set perfectly, and they have the receiver set and the wishbone formation and all this other stuff. They turn the thing on, and they all come together in the front in a clump. And that's what they would do almost every time. They'd all just come together into a big clump and just sort of sit there vibrating. And I said, this is fun.
Yeah,
And so
that sounds like
here
a
you
pretty
can have
normal
that.
American baseball game.
And so here you go.
Amen.
Not like your wonderful cricket. Okay, but anyway, but here you go.
Wah, wah. Again, sorry.
I say, Mark, is this sticky wicket, isn't it?
It's a very
Look,
sticky
look,
wicket.
only the
I
English
must
can
say.
invent a game that goes on for 5 days and most of the time ends in a draw.
Yeah, fuck that. Pardon my French, but
Um,
fuck that.
Kind of bummed I'm still not upstairs. Steve, you'd appreciate this. I've got a Spirit section from 1943 that's uncut.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's a straight up mint condition.
Okay,
Spirit section.
Tempest, you haven't had a chance to show anything yet. Have you got anything you want to show us?
Can I just
Show
say
us
that-
your figures. Show us your
Can I just say
figures.
that nobody's mentioned the fact that Steve has got the best ever pinball machine directly behind him?
Oh, which one is
Can I
it?
just mention that?
Funhouse.
The machine, do you like the Bride of Pinbot?
Yeah, the Brad of Pinball.
You know, you can actually change. I bought that new. You can change what's on the inside when it scrolls.
Oh my God.
So you can put all kinds of very unpleasant things as it's scrolling.
Oh my
But the whole
God.
story is about how the first game was Pinbot,
Yeah.
And he's one of the early talking machines where he goes, "I am Pinbot."
Right.
And so Pinbot's in here too, and she says, and she starts to come to life. That's the whole story. And in a lot of the new games now, there's maybe one money shot. That's all you have. With this one, there are 3 or 4 that you have to go through in order to harvest. You go into the Billionaires Club, and the thing starts beating like this, the sound, and it's like you're going to have a heart attack trying to basically. Do you know what I mean, Tempest? When you flip she's got a face.
Yeah,
First, she flips it, and then the ball goes into her mouth, and then she spits it out, and she says, "Now I can talk." And then that flips again. And then she has you have to put 2 balls up for her eyeballs.
Yep.
Those pop out. She says, "I can see you now." Then she shifts to the human face. And then the volume on the thing cranks up and is like, "Oh, woo!" And then you have to hit the heart ramp to basically go into the Billionaires Club. And then the whole machine just completely erupts and goes crazy. The 90s Williams machines, in my opinion, are the best pinball machines that were ever made, because you have just enough of the electronics, but you still have all the electromechanical drops and ramps and everything else that you would have. They're just
that funhouse is beautiful too.
and next to that I have Whirlwind.
Oh yeah, Whirlwind. Oh man,
Whirlwind.
top 3.
And in my other room I have Twilight Zone, which was the pinnacle semi-wide body machine that has the Twilight Zone, all the different episodes, the gumball machine. I mean, so magnetic flippers, all that stuff. And next to it, I have first generation Data East Star Trek with Shatner and Nimoy.
Oh my God!
And it's really good. Those are my 5.
That is so amazing.
Pinball machine.
In Sheffield, do you buy lots of knives in Sheffield? Do you have a nice cutlery or pocket knife collection living in Sheffield?
I've got a drawer full of them, yeah.
I love Sheffield blades. I've got some beauties.
I've got more knives than people.
Okay, let's see what you got, buddy.
Yeah. Got a bunch of KG Murray stuff in.
Oh, that's gorgeous. What the hell?
Yeah, with a panel like this, there's no chance.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is that L Miller? What was that? That was a 6D copy.
No, that's an Aussie one.
Australian.
No, it's an Aussie one.
Aussie.
Okay, right, yeah.
From the Dobson collection. I'm kidding.
Another Aussie one.
Look at that.
Beautiful. Look at the colors. Lights. I love it.
Oh my God. I
These
cannot
are
tell
nice condition as well. These
Yeah,
are really
I'm
nice
afraid
condition.
Tempest is
I actually have the Superman for that one.
Better condition than others.
Wow. I love these so much.
I know. Tempest is my nemesis. He
That's
finds the
super
things
voice.
that I want.
Your Tempesis.
These are just beautiful. Did you buy all these at the same time?
I got a big bunch. Well, I got 2 bunches of them basically.
Well, that's the way you find those, when someone puts them together, and then you have to step up as much as you can so you don't miss out.
Look at the size of that 6D down at the bottom right.
Yeah.
I wonder how much it was.
Didn't notice how much it was. That one as well.
Well, Super Adventures is world's finest, then, is it not?
They're probably a mixed.
Okay. These are just beautiful.
Here's another
rare
question.
as hell.
Oh yes.
Here's another question for Portland
the
Steve
original,
here.
actually.
Got another question for Portland Steve here. Do you have a Superman candy coupon from 1940?
Superman candy? I do not, but I have the Superman Club set with the pin.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I've got the Leader Superman candy coupon.
Cool.
And the sealed Jack Kirby pen set from the 70s, signed by him.
Very nice.
Those are just wonderful. They're and that book right there, the world's finest, that is, I believe that was the last 15-cent world's finest, that cover right there that you just showed.
Yeah.
And these are printed roughly at the same time, right? like within a
Shortly
couple of
afterward,
years.
most
It,
of them.
it took a while for them to, and there's
Wow,
Tempest. Are
that's
these
nice.
and Tempest? There's no cover gloss on those. Are they
No.
regular paper covers?
They are paper
Most
ones,
of
yeah.
them, yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
no,
beautiful.
no
Look
years
at that.
inside them either.
That's an original cover, isn't it? That's not a Superman cover.
Hey, Steve, the guy I was trying to think of is Roger Hill.
Oh, I know Roger. We became advisors together back at in Timonium in 1995.
I'm not surprised. We lost Roger about 2.5
That's my
years ago now.
Yeah, I
And-
remember. I liked him.
He was a great guy, and we talked for a long time about the Macro Boy book, and he actually found a lot of or encountered a lot of problems with his family not wanting to do a book on him, and it's because Mac apparently was closeted, and half the family had a problem with that.
Tempest,
Oh.
the story.
Too bad.
Are the stories inside from the covers? Or are they different stories?
They're sometimes they are. I think you'll get at least one story inside that's related to the cover, but then you'll get something that's from a different comic as well.
Mark,
think
can
what they
I?
did was-
Not always Superman or Superboy or Will
I think what they did was that there would like be 3 different strips inside one comic. So obviously a DC comic might be 16 pages of story, say, I don't know, 20, but they would only reprint probably 8 of those pages,
So that's
and then 8 of another comic, and then 8 of another comic.
I've got the Penguin's feathers.
Wow.
Steve,
Look
how'd
at
you end
that.
up going from Timonium, Maryland to Portland, Oregon?
I was a fly in the ointment to Bob Overstreet, and what happened was this: he was operating on the basis that Adventure Comics number 40 was the first appearance of the Sandman, and in 1989, I bought a copy of New York World's Fair Comics of 1939.
Yeah.
And it has the Sandman, a bubble on the cover, and also the Sandman story on the inside.
So you're the guy that made that's where I know you from. You're the guy that made the Christman discovery.
And when
That's amazing.
what I did was, back in 88, 89, there was no internet. Everything I had to do by telephone and letter. And in order to get anything from the government, from the Copyright Office to establish dates of publication, I had to send cashier's checks back to them, and then they would cash the check, and then they would put me in the hopper for my turn. And then once my turn came up, they would go through the stacks of the Copyright Office to give dates of publication to establish first appearance. And that's what they used to do back then, so that when you look at the Grand Comics database now, date of publication, they always give you the reference number down below telling you what volume out of which Copyright Office volume it came. And so you can just go onto the GCD and you can get the information right there at the touch, right at your fingertips. But that wasn't I couldn't do that. So anyway, I'll condense this. What happened was, about that time, the very first Gerber photojournal came out. And in the Gerber photojournal, almost without exception, the entire 2-volume set of the Golden Age, and they also give you some silver in there, was from the Mile High collection of comics, because Ernie Gerber wanted to find the best possible pictures that he could generate, and he traveled all over the world with his wife, and basically the whole thing he ended up divorcing her and what have you. As a matter of fact, my Mile High set of Black Terror that I bought, and also a lot of the war covers from the Excitings, were Ernie Gerber's books himself, and I bought them through another guy from Ernie to get those. So the books that my Black Terrors and my Excitings that I have from the war, from the Mile Highs, are the ones pictured in the guide. So, but Edgar Church bought so religiously and so carefully
No
that
pun
the dates of publication on those books, the dates they were delivery dates,
Or handwritten on them.
you could establish when the book, because there is no finer pedigree or more important pedigree than
correct.
the Mile Highs, because it changed the way we graded books forever. Because books that were fine plus very fine were considered near mint. When the Mile Highs came out, it blew that all out because true mint books were found. And it
And
changed
those were in a
everything.
refrigerator, right? They were in a closed refrigerator.
Well, no. He lived in Denver, Colorado, and he went to Mile High Comics with Chuck Rosansky. And I met Chuck. Chuck became an advisor with me as well. That's another story. But the whole thing about it was this: I was able to establish by the dates of publication for Adventure Comics that were posted on the Mile Highs, and then the date of when the New York World's Fair opened, and I established that it was 42 calendar days prior to Adventure 40. Fair 39 was on sale. And as I was going through this and compiling this, I managed to find the telephone number in upstate New York of Vincent Sullivan. Do you know who Vincent Sullivan is?
No clue.
Vincent Sullivan was the editor of both books. And he actually did the cover to Fair 39. He was an artist himself, but he was Vin Sullivan. You guys need to do a little research. Vincent Sullivan was one of the most important editors that DC Comics ever had right from the beginning. I talked with Vincent Sullivan about that because he was the editor of both of those books. And so I basically I put all this information together, and Don and Maggie Thompson had that newspaper that they would put out with all this
for a dime.
And I would put if you got your letter printed by them, you really had arrived like having your letter printed in a comic. Having your letter printed with Don and Maggie Thompson was a big thing. I sent the whole thing into them, and they printed it. They gave me top position, and I went through all of my information. I talked to Vincent Sullivan. I have the dates of delivery from the Mile Highs. The copyright office says that Adventure 40 came out thus and so, and so I had all that information, and then Bob Overstreet wouldn't go with it, and I didn't do it. Literally, did not do this for accolade. I just wanted to. I'm a student of history, as you might know.
Yes, you are.
Which is why you're so hard to beat at trivia, right?
Yes. Very
and
true.
the useless trivia. But the fact was that he resisted me. So when I finally went back, Bob was there because he had just sold everything to Steve Jeppy. And so Mr. Jeppy took us out to a fancy restaurant, which a lot of these rugged individualist comic book guys did not appreciate. I don't think they're horses' asses, frankly. Here he spent steaks and cocktails and everything else on him. So then he put us onto this fancy tour bus, and we went down to drove down to New York City for the Sotheby's auction of comic books. And as we were driving down to New York, I sat right behind Bob Overstreet. So, baby, I started grinding my axe. And I said, now, Bob, tell me, I have the dates of publication. I have when the fair opened. I have the Mile Highs that are pictured in the Gerber Photo Journal. I talked to Vincent Sullivan. Everything says Fair 39 is the first appearance of the Sandman. And this is how he sounds. I can do an impersonation of him. He says, Steve, I know Fair 39 was easy, but a friend of mine remembers buying that book after the fair opened from a newsstand in New York City. I said, wait. Okay, some guy you met says he remembers buying a book in 1939, and that trumps the dates, the Copyright Office of the United States, Vincent Sullivan, and the dates of delivery from the Mile Highs? Is that what you're telling me? Well, Steve, I think there's a question. Bob, there isn't a question. So we went around and around, and so if you look in the comic book price guide, it is one of the few bifurcated origins. It says first published appearance, because he couldn't refute that. By Fair 39, see Adventure 40 for first drawn story. He says, but if you read the books, Adventure 40's story came first. I said, look, if Adventure 40's story sat in a desk for 60 years It's
Right.
still the first drawn story, but it isn't when it was first available to the
Correct.
public. Do you understand that? Yeah, I understand that, but it's the first drawn story. I couldn't get it. I couldn't win. So
right.
my enthusiasm, and I spent a long time. It was a pet project of mine to put together, to find it out, to nail it down completely, because I love the Sandman. I think he's a great character. And the story of Bert Christman, as you know, he was a flying cadet
Yeah.
in the Navy. I believe he was on the Wasp. Wasp or Hornet, I can't remember. I think it might have been Hornet.
I thought it was Hornet.
Hornet, I think it's Hornet. And he ended up being the outfit with Claire Chenault. They allowed them to go onto the carriers and recruit for the American Volunteer Group in China for the Flying Tigers. And so Chrisman went to China, and they were flying the Tomahawks. They were flying the P-40s, the early P-40s. And he was there for a while and was doing well. And then his ship got shot up. He rolled over and he bailed out of the P-40. And as he was in the chute, drifting down to the ground, the Japanese pilot looped back around and machine gunned him to death in his parachute.
Yeah, basically cut him in.
And that's the way that Bert Chrisman died.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is killing me. I've got to ask you a couple questions.
Well, I'll just finish so I have a bifurcated, my story got a bifurcated thing, and I was never incendiary, but I was persistent because right is right. I mean,
Correct.
It doesn't matter when it was. When was it first available that people could buy and see the Sandman in its Fair 39? So anyway, and because of that, because I was causing a stink, not a stink, I was notorious, or I was becoming known because I had done
As
that.
a stinker.
I'm a stinker. They invited me to come back and be an advisor. And weren't they surprised when I showed up?
You shit stirrer, you.
And I went, oh, Steve, it's so nice. You always can tell when they're, oh, Steve, it's so nice to see you. And I said, yeah, I bet. So, and then, then they brought me in and they called me a Golden Age specialist. I don't know what that is, I guess because I figured out the Sandman. And then right after that, Jeppy started Comic Book Marketplace. And then I became a writer. I was supposed to be in rotation with about 4 or 5 other guys, but they all bilged out. And they said, so they made me a regular. And I can't remember, about 3 dozen or so articles on books and comics and characters for them, which is pretty much to a slightly smaller degree what I do on my Instagram all the time now, is I try to give you history and I try to put the books into context, particularly with World War II books, because you have books from 1940 and the Battle of Britain's going on, or the Adler Tag happened, Eagle Day happens when the 1,000 machines were up in the air and the Germans shifted to bombing London rather than wipe out the aerodromes. I mean, I've studied this thing since when I was a kid, swinging in the swing set, when we would fly out of the swing set, like you would do, it was always Geronimo or bombs away over Tokyo.
Right.
World War II was prevalent, and a lot of my buddies' parents, fathers, and their brothers and siblings were in the war or went to Korea. And so it was very, very present, and they taught history when I went to school. And then understanding what went on, like the Battle of Midway and all the other things. When these books came out, that some kid on his living room floor listening to the radio, listening to The Shadow or listening to Superman or whatever you're listening to, Orphan Annie, whatever you're listening to, they'd break in and it would be like, say, the Battle of the Bulge, or it would have been Normandy invasion or what. So you can look at this book and basically suspend your disbelief. Like when you go to a movie, you suspend your disbelief, suspend your modern thought, and try to put yourself into the culture of when that book came out and the events that were going on when they were reading it. It's very, very, it's sobering and fascinating to me that those things, and I do that, I connect those things on my page, and I've been collecting books since 1960.
Wow.
So,
Since you were 8 or since you were 9?
In 1960, I was 7.
7.
And then after that, we in '65. I had all the books that I had collected from the hotel. We had hotels, and we on after Sunday church we'd go down and Dad would give my brother and I a comic book to read while we waited for the food to come. And that's how it all kind of started. That's where I got my Spider-Man #1, where I got my Journey into Mystery '83.
Wow.
It's where I got my FF #5, 8, any number of different books. I bought the Secret Origins annual #1. I mean, just really, and DC at that point, because the FF didn't come out till '61. I grew up with code books that were all DC, and it was the DC centric, and DC ruled the roost. And the Fantastic Four, whether they were the Challengers of the Unknown or whoever Stan Lee copied, the Justice League or whoever he copied was his last roll of the dice, because Marvel was swirling the drain, because the Marvel Monsters and all of the Good Girl books were not being purchased. DC was eating their lunch. And so up until that time, the DC books are just, I love them so much and learned to read and like that. So that's how the whole thing kind of went. And in '65, my mother asked me to clean them up, and I put them into a cooler that we had by our back door, which was an open shelf. And then what she did was she threw all of my books away. So that's my mom threw my books away story. So I started again in late '65 to collect, and then all my early books went, and then also the coverless Superman 17 that was my dad's, and there are a bunch of other stories. This is not my show. This is Mark's show. So, but that's what I did, and that's how I got acquainted with Bob, and was able to then become an advisor. I've been an advisor for the Guide ever since. You'll see my reports. And since I'm not a dealer, I talk about the books that I bought and why I figure they were interesting, and what makes them interesting and or historic with regard to that. And I think that a lot of times people that are Marvel zombies, because most all of my buddies were all Marvel zombies, because they all thought Marvel was better than DC in the day. And I like Marvel, but I was a DC guy to begin with, and the Legion of Superheroes was my first love, and then came Flash.
How many?
And then after that,
247s
then
do you
Doctor
have?
Strange and Thor and Iron Man.
How many 247s do you have?
I have 170.
Oh my gosh!
Here's a cringe one for you, Steve. Even though my mom threw away my comics, a lot of them were beaters, but she threw away my 1951 Topps Mickey Mantle.
Oh God!
Yeah.
And you go,
it
and the
was
question.
a beater. It was an absolute beater. It was.
That's
God
not the
rest-
point.
God rest her soul.
My mum, I came back from university one year and I had a complete collection of Beano and Dandy annuals that I got every Christmas, a Beano and Dandy annual, and I'd kept them religiously. And when I came home from university one year, I said, "Where are all my Beano and Dandy annuals?" And she said, "I've taken them to the local jumble sale a couple of weeks ago."
Jeez.
Mothers
They weren't your books, Mom.
Is Jeffy still running that
Exactly,
museum, or
exactly.
was he able to keep that museum afloat?
There it is questionable what machinations are going on from him splitting the sheets with his wife, and downturns and Diamond Distributing and all that other stuff that's going on. There was a question whether this coming guide was going to be the last one, which has been postponed, because it was supposed to be out in July with the San Diego Comic Convention is when they come out, and so and I'm in it, but the upshot of it was I talked to my editor, and in fact the guide will be coming out in November. Now the guide for prices is not accurate because our market prices change so quickly with movies and experience and hot buttons and stuff, and because of the level of information available to us all and the marketplaces, if you have My Comic Shop or eBay or any other of your local comic shop, things change so quickly. Anything printed on paper,
Yeah,
the
I'm
instant
afraid
it's
the printed version is now is obsolete. It's a dinosaur.
No. But understand. But as a resource, and also as an easy way to just go and see lines of books and how they transfer over and different titles that come,
Yes,
and a
that's
lot of other
valuable.
things, it is a
Yeah.
very useful resource.
That's true. That's
Like
true.
the Ernie Gerber had prices in his price guide. The interesting thing he had was that he had the scarcity index, which is still something that one looks at now and again. Over the years since he passed away, more books have shown up in the census so that some of his 8s and 9s are maybe a little bit lower. But that's not the issue. But after how hard he worked to build that thing, he got a very good idea of how hard it was to find certain books.
Yeah.
And
So I
once
do-
money, and two things, I'll say one more thing.
No,
Two
that's
things
fine.
happened to change all this. Two. And by the way, this may or may not mean victory, because I think it means Agincourt, because I still got my bow fingers, right? That's my understanding, right? Isn't that right, Mark?
You need to knock your arrow, Mr. Gerber, Mr. Stephen. Gentner, you need to knock your arrow.
That is correct. And if they did, and I can still knock my arrows, and that's what Churchill showed him. I still got my fingers to knock my arrow to go after you Nazis, correct?
You don't knock it. You notch your arrow.
No, you don't. You knock it.
What?
Yeah,
N-O-T-K.
sorry, man.
The notch is the thing on it. That you're
Knock. NOC. Knock your arrow.
I've shot arrows. I've played with them before.
So Steve, why don't they update the prices on a regular basis on the Overstreet app? That drives me insane.
Because they don't have the money. Because they don't have the money to do it. They don't have the staff to do it, and they're in the process of trying to reorganize. Two things changed it. One was when the books started being slabbed in the year 2000.
Okay.
Once the books were commodified, and then when the internet came in and the different services where you could track and show census and market forces, and you could show the history of the books, just like Mark and Alan do on their Silver Age, when where they go through all this stuff.
Right.
Is that you have so much information and ability to buy at the push of a button, rather than trying to have to find them and go to conventions or get a printed list, and by the time you call, the book's gone. All the firmament has changed.
Yeah,
so that as quickly as these things, and because they're quantified, we are now in competition with investors all over the world having nothing whatever to do with comic books. And that's a healthy thing, and that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
So that's my story. And I apologize for talking so long, gentlemen.
I got
No,
my
you are
shoulder.
guest today. No, I'm so glad you have. Sorry, Kyle.
I got something right over my shoulder you'd absolutely love. My mom was a huge fan of Norman Mailer, and I got a newspaper from him from the mid-40s about a Jap attack. It's signed by Norman Mailer, and it's framed up to my mom, but I haven't even unbagged it from when she passed away.
Okay, so I'm going to end the show. I can't really compete with all of the stuff Stephen's shown, but I am going to show you what I think is probably rarer than anything Steve has shown.
What?
This is from 1945. It is a British reprint from L. Miller and Son. This is probably one of the first ever comics from L. Miller and Son in 1945. The British government had banned the importation of comics because it wanted to stimulate the British printing industry. And L. Miller started up. He got the rights to Fawcett Comics. And this is one of the first ever comics that he reproduced. It's Whiz Comics number 63. There's no pricing on this. You can't see an English pricing. You can't see an American pricing.
Wow.
There's I had it graded. It's been graded as 6.5 white pages.
The only one on the census?
It is one of one. And I don't think another one of these exists.
Wow.
Congratulations. That's beautiful.
That is amazing, Mark.
Hey, Mark,
Oh my
has
God.
Portland Steve there seen your Hong Kong Batman or your?
No, he hasn't.
Has he seen the Sheldon Mayer collection?
No.
Okay.
So I will save that for a
That's
later
another
date.
big question I have for him because he knows the importance of Ben Sullivan. Steve, Portland Steve here. Ben Sullivan or Sheldon Mayer, are they on equal footing or 1-2? How
Say
significant?
again, who?
Sheldon Mayer,
And
Ben Sullivan.
Vincent
Mayor.
Sullivan. Well, Vincent Sullivan was first, and I think more important than Sheldon Mayer. Sheldon Mayer did a wonderful thing. I would almost argue that Julie Schwartz was more important
Well,
because
we're
he
talking Mount
basically.
Rushmore here, are we not?
No,
That's
no,
true.
With Bill
it's
Gaines,
comics.
you
It's
throw
comics,
Bill Gaines in there,
it's Mount
Donenfeld.
Kyle.
We're on Mount Rushmore, yes.
No,
Yeah,
Kyle.
Gaines.
No, Kyle. It's comics, so it's Mount Flashmore.
Mount Flat, whatever. But
Thank
that's
you.
the guy that I'm
Thank you.
correct in that, right? That's how big Shelley Mayer fits into that. Now he's in a tier level different, but as far as underappreciated, holy crap, guys, Shelley Mayer. Because I mean, you just want to tell the Shelley Mayer story, right? Why Action Comics 1 exists. Everyone's acknowledged Sheldon Mayer pulled it off the pile.
Well, he was
But-
the one who talked, whoever the Major Bose was, or whatever the guy's name, the Donenfeld, whatever, the
Yeah.
impresario.
And
He
Malcolm
he helped
Wheeler
talk them into
Nicholson.
it.
Yeah, Malcolm Wheeler.
And they sat in the bathtub and cut up all their newspaper strips and put them into comic format, and then took them in, and that's how we got Action 1.
I think if you do that in a bathtub, they disintegrate, and it's very difficult to do.
Mark, I'm gonna steal a tad of your thunder and tell the backstory to this.
No,
because
Kyle,
I owned it. I owned
We gotta
it.
go.
Mark owns it.
Kyle, I'm going
But-
to shut you down. I'm going to shut you down. We are being
We
running.
don't have to
I
be
said
live.
we
We're
would do an
50
hour and a half,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm already in trouble with Grey Man for going over that. So
Can we stay on? Can we stay
We
on?
are here
Can we stay on
every
a minute?
week. We're going to be here every week, so there's plenty more time.
Mark,
to
can we
discuss
stay on a
things.
minute after you turn us off?
Yes, I will. I will.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to thank all of you tonight. It's been a great show, and I will be doing edited highlights on my YouTube channel.
Oh.
So
About
Thank you, sir.
about 3 minutes.
I'm going to cut out all the bits that I don't like.
It'll just be you
Everything
showing that
Bill
was comic.
said.
It'll just be Steve talking then.
So it'll just be me and Steve.
Bill will be gone. No Texans allowed.
Maybe that was somebody from Sheffield. Anyway, so yeah, that is it for tonight. We'll be back next week.
Good night, folks. We love you.
Thank you all for watching, if anybody has watched.
Bye.
All right. Well, when we stop going live, I'm gonna run my mouth
show 'em,
again.
Kyle.
When we stop going live, I'll run my mouth again. We're
Okay.
still showing live, so I'll